All right, let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safe Liquid Beer for the podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
We found out not long ago. This kid is ready to be in the show. How do we go? How do we go? He can dangle hands so sick. Back of the net right off his stick. How do we go? How do we go? How do we go? How do we go? Here's a beautiful center pass, one-timer score. And there's Holloway, set up by McDavid. We found out not long ago. This kid is ready to be in the show. How do we go?
Oh, yeah. A happy halloo to all of you. Zacticum, can you crank me up a little bit this morning? Happy halloo, happy halloo, happy halloo. Dylan Holloway goal.
3-point night.
What a way
3-point night.
to start the show. Let's go hammer that thumbs up today. Oh, we are going to crush thumbs up so hard today. Let's go. If you're watching the show this morning and you love the Holloway goal song, hammer the thumbs up. Like we told you before, it goes a long, long way in pushing out our content to others on the YouTube algorithm, and it doesn't cost you a penny. So every single time we get a like, I'm going to hit the conch this morning. Just over and over again.
We've surpassed 9. we hit the 9.
Hallowed indeed. Hallowed indeed. Boy, the Sharks suck. We'll get into that as we work our way through the show this morning. I felt bad
good
for
on
those
them.
guys.
But good for beating a team that does suck.
Yeah,
handedly.
crushing them
right?
like that, yeah.
That's what you should do.
They made it look very, 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 very easy. And you usually don't say that about any NHL game.
They're all pros.
Like ever.
Yeah, they're
right?
all pros.
But the Sharks team, half those guys, I'd say 50 to 65% of that team should not even be in the National Hockey League. But you know what, Gary Bettman? We should totally expand. Let's expand the league.
You know what's better
That's
than...
a good idea.
That's better than a couple of guys getting 100 assists in a season?
5 guys.
10 guys getting 100 assists in a season.
Congratulations to Connor McDavid. It was bizarre. I thought he got it right away.
Yeah.
And I wish he would have gotten it right away. I was on the over 1.5 assists with Connor McDavid last night. Looked like he threw it over to Hyman and bounced off Hyman and in, but instead Connor McDavid's return to the lineup scores less than a minute in. My God.
Take that, Devin Cooley.
What a dreamboat. Yeah. This guy's amazing. Yeah, poor Cooley, man.
It's too bad.
After the 8th goal when he was just laying there on his stomach, I was just like...
I think he wanted more.
Yeah. It was the scene from Rocky IV when Apollo's trainer was like, throw the damn towel! You felt bad for him. I almost thought they had to come and drag him off the ice while he was still face down. That was a tough one for the kid. Like,
we're all not gonna be here one day, right?
Yeah.
According to Mr. Cooley, it really doesn't matter. 9 goals, 18.
This man had a family, and you did that to him. Joe Cool's in it says, felt very bad for the first goalie. I know, me too. Like, by the time when they scored the 8th one, I was like, okay, guys, like, how about pass 5 times first? You know, like in minor hockey.
Yeah.
Everybody has to touch the puck.
Pass it in.
Everybody has to touch the puck. Dean's Asplin 123 says, don't feel bad. That guy's still making league minimum. He's still doing.
He'll be
all
okay.
right, yeah.
He'll be okay. Again, as he said, nothing matters. That's his.
Yeah, I like that. I like that from him. There we go. We'll lay out the show for you today. Obviously, we've got some goal songs that we're going to take care of today, including Zach Hyman on Connor McDavid's 100. What a fitting way. A tap in for Hyman from McDavid for 100.
Coming to Pro-Am Sports soon. Hey,
it's just. I want it signed by Hyman.
Yeah, well, sure.
Yeah. That would be that'd be great.
And you're right. It is fitting how it happened, and
It's the only way. It's the only way that was going to happen last night. Zach Hyman with another one.
Hey everyone, I'm Zach Hyman of the Edmonton Oilers.
She's so tenacious.
Hope you guys enjoy it.
Revving up his engine, listen to the crowd just roar. No reason for tension, Zach is gonna shoot and score. Hyman's in the scoring zone. Right into the scoring zone. Signed for 7 years, now he's playing by McDavid's side. He's got you jumping out of your seat cause of that look in his eyes. Hyman's in the scoring zone. He'll take you right into that scoring zone. You know he's gonna score a few. Playing with Connor, it's a top line overload. You'll finally see what he can do. So raise your hands up as high as they can go.
How dude.
I'm your Huckleberry. He always said that was a magician's secret.
His energy is contagious.
Playing with an edge, that's what you're gonna see. Taking the next step, cause he's no longer with the Leafs. Hyman's in the scoring zone. He'll take you right into that scoring zone. Hyman's in the scoring zone. He'll take you right into.
Oh, Zach Hyman does it again. That's a nice one. That'll get you going. We got Connor McDavid goal song on the way. We got the Bouchard goal song on the way. We already hit the Holloway goal song today as Dylan Holloway 3-point night.
That is a hell of a thing for you to say to me.
Now here we are on a Tombstone Tuesday. All of our songs brought to you by Sportball. If you've not put your kids in Sportball just yet, not once, I guarantee you're not going to come back to us after and be like, hey, jerk-offs, thanks for telling me to put my kids in Sportball. It was a horrible experience. That won't happen. Sportball's a great experience. It was for us for like 6 consecutive years. You're going to absolutely love it. The one buddy I was talking to who put his kid in it, remember he said he was listening to the show and was like, yes, I am going to sign my daughter for Sportball. And his other kids have been in Sportball too. But he said, he gets into it. And it's funny because the coaches are all like in their early 20s. Like a lot of them are in their early 20s. And they get right into it with the kids, like Blippy, right? They're like, all right, kids, let's do it. And some of the other parents will be like, oh, man. But if you get into it as a parent, like, nobody's going to judge you. Like, it's time for parents to kind of dial it back a bit, too. It was great. Real good time. Check them out, www.sportball.ca for more information on getting your kids started in a stress-free, super fun sports environment. It'd be a really good time. Really good time. And then eventually they're playing 4-on-4 spring hockey, and you're losing your mind.
Yeah, that's the time for it.
Man, the Penguins, the Ice Crusher Penguins last night on the ice. Big 66, Mario Lemieux playing defense last night. And an 8-8 thriller.
Hey.
This was wild. We were up 4-1, and then the other team was up 6-4. And we had one kid come to the bench, and he goes, well, we're not winning. And, I looked at him. I said, that's a horrible attitude. I just straight up said to him, I said, that's a horrible attitude.
Was his name Devin Cooley?
There's still a lot of time left. And I said, man, that's a horrible attitude. And he goes, well, my mom told me that sometimes when you think about something, the exact opposite happens.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, sure. Sure enough, we're down 6-4 when that kid said that. 4 minutes later, we're up 8-6. And he comes back off the ice from a shift, and I look at him. I said, your horrible attitude paid off. and he just sort of smiles. And then we blew it, and we allowed a goal with 16 seconds left for a classic 8-8 tie. Holy smokes.
You get a point.
Oh.
I think she gets the cup when it's handed off, right? Like whoever gets handed the cup, they hand it to the mom that
to
gave
the
the
mom.
advice. I mean,
we got the tie.
It's groundbreaking
It's our
advice.
first tie of the season. We'd had 3 straight losses to start. The kids were loving it. They didn't even care that they gave up the game-tying goal of 16. They were just so pumped they didn't lose. They're like, it was good. Marshall Keith Nielson patrolling the blue line. I'm proud of him. 8-8 game was not on the ice for a goal against.
I assume all the forwards keeping their heads up, crossing that blue line. Hey,
It's funny. He's one of the few kids who actually like skates hard and then turns and like tries to. His side to side mobility is not necessarily there yet, but he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun. And he blocked a shot. He's gonna have a bruise today. He took a pretty good wrist shot right off the forearm here.
Sweet.
And I looked at it last night. He goes, "Daddy, look, it's already brown." I said, "Don't worry, man. It's going to be okay." He goes, "Just like Chris Russell."
Sure.
I said, "That's right. You're just like Chris Russell, son.
collect them all.
I'm very proud of you." He's almost as tall as Chris Russell already. So it's starting to fit in there. So I'm going to dish out a conch to our U9 4-on-4 team for getting the tie yesterday. Pretty exciting times. If you need a conch this morning,
And
hit
who
us
says
up.
offense is dead in that league, eh?
Exactly. People have been saying forever.
They just say it's boring and a trap game. And
U9 4-on-4 has become extremely boring. Not last night.
Oh, no.
Watch last night's game. Not only did we give up the tying goal with 16 seconds left, we also gave up a breakaway with 3 seconds left. I was like, oh my God, are we blowing a 2-goal, like a lead with 16 seconds left? And one of our kids just busted his ass, like dove and knocked it away to save the day. It was a fun game. It was a rush. I was just like, holy smokes.
Getting your seconds worth as well.
It was
eh?
a lot of fun.
Right
It was a
down to
lot of
the
fun,
nub.
man. I'm having a lot of fun here with this little spring hockey experiment. And it's not bad. They only play like 10 games over 2 months. So it's not like he's only has like 4 times a week. It's like once a week. It's pretty good.
But practice is filled in between.
No practices.
No, that's
just
like
games.
10
That's it.
practices per game.
Yeah, pretty much. That's how it works. All right, 780-218-9999. It's the Paris Jewelers inbox. If you need a conch this morning or you just want to celebrate the success of the Edmonton Oilers last night, let us know, 780-218-9999. You could win text of the day for A&W today as well. They got those value deals every single day. Get a Buddy Burger for just $2.79. The A&W value deals are always tasty and never pricey. So keep those text messages rolling in here to the Paris Jewelers inbox today.
It's the ring box. It's the bling box. It's the Paris Jewelers inbox. And they got lots of fancy shiny things. Look at this, look at that. Not just for the ladies. They got jewelry for men too. The ring box, the bling box, the Paris Jewelers inbox.
Paris Jewelers inbox. I like this. Bones texting this morning. Jacques Lemaire is throwing up somewhere after hearing the 8-8 tie.
Yeah.
The 8-8 tie.
It's not his league.
Tommy Rubella texting in at 780-218-9999. Devin Cooley. More like Devin, not a goalie. Not a goalie. Like, it reminded me of our goalie in the room last night before the game. I said, so do you like playing goalie? He goes, I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, if I want to be a goalie or a player. I was like, that's good.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what Cooley was at. Like, last night after the game, he gets back to the room, he sits down, he goes, guys, you know what? I think I'm just going to have to play out moving forward.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what, I don't know if this is for me.
Back to the junior Sharks.
Yeah.
Or what, the Milwaukee Admirals?
Where he came up, right?
Yeah.
That's
a great story.
It's I got that with the win. It was nice. He just should have yanked him before 8 last night. That was.
I think he just wanted it.
I wish he would have gone back to the bench and walked down and said he's never playing another game for the San Jose Sharks ever again, just like Patrick Waugh back in the day.
Yeah, it would have hit exactly the same.
Yeah. We'll get to Patty Waugh up with the morning announcements here coming up.
Hey, Detroit, what?
Yeah.
Detroit,
wow.
what?
What a finish on that one. I looked away. I was watching the game, and then I think it was right around, it would have been right around bath time. So my focus turned elsewhere, and then I look on Twitter and I see everybody being like, "What a finish in Detroit!"
Yeah.
So we'll get to that coming up here. Let's lay out the show
an
for you
octopus
today.
lands in the bathtub here.
All over the place. Morning after show for EM Utility Locating coming up around 6:30 this morning as we dive into the Oilers and the Sharks. Mike Johnson has a travel day Friday, so he's going to join us today. And Craig Button, who's just the most convenient man on the planet, Button's going to join the boys here on Friday. I'm going to be away due to a little family vacation, but LTE holding down the fort with a combination of Glue Guy and Gager.
Yep,
I believe while I'm gone.
YouTube Trev.
So that'll be a lot of fun. Mike Johnson, MJ's going to join us just after 7:00 this morning. We'll get to the Cool Bet hotline of the day, which hit yesterday. We were on the New York Islanders last night, getting the job done.
Patty one never lets you down.
He never does. He never does. Weekly confessions for Spectrum Rental. That's going to happen around 7:30 this morning. Vegas keyword 7:45. You know how we do. I don't know why I said it like that. But Vegas keyword 7:45 today.
Detroit thing's still kind of maybe.
I says pardon. We'll go there around 7:45 today. Kind of easy trivia for Mr. Mike's. 3 questions too many for Park Mazda. Gager will probably be ready to roll around 8:20 today, so we'll get into that. And then live in studio, it's going to sit right here in between us. Put him in the spotlight. It's the Zacticum Practicum review. As we'll get into.
We'll spin him around a couple of times. We can all get a look.
Look at this. I got 10 categories.
Holy hell.
0 to 5. And we're going to grade you on all of those said categories, Zacticum.
And a bit of a wonderlick as well, hey? Like really weird questions.
Yeah, I'm also going to be like 47 divided by 3.
Delve into the psyche.
Zacticum, are you nervous for your Zacticum Practicum review?
Well, I didn't get prepped for it. Like I didn't know what kind of prep I need.
You've been prepping for the last 15 weeks, Zacticum.
Okay, I'm excited and nervous.
You should be. You should be both. You should be excited and you should be nervous. So anyway, I don't know if you've ever had anybody, like as you're watching or listening to shows anywhere, do a Practicum review live on the show.
It's all public.
But we're going to do that today. We like to pull back the curtain
It's an open door policy around ESD.
At ESD,
yeah,
right? I mean, don't come too early and come through the open doors. Front door's technically locked right
and
now because we're still afraid of
always
people
closed because...
yeah. And Maddie's door is never open. So that's the show for you today. If you were watching over on YouTube, let's hammer those thumbs up. We haven't got to the McDavid goal song yet. We haven't got to the Bouchard goal song yet. We'll definitely do that here in the 6 o'clock hour. We hit over 600 likes again yesterday. The 400 like streak is like 7 or 8 shows now. So don't be shy. Let's keep hammering that thumbs up. We're at 81 already this morning. We haven't even got into your morning announcements yet, which is exactly what we're going to do right now for 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Yukon and McCord every single morning over on 100.3 The Bear, and our AM Nasty herself, who I think, with the way, because her show's in the afternoons now, I'm pretty sure Jess consumes all of our content, which is great. So shout out to Jess Jackson on 100.3.
And FM PM Nasty, I guess, if you will.
Yeah, pretty
AM,
much.
FM PM.
She's an AM FM PM Nasty. Her show every single afternoon.
Connor McDavid, more like Connor McHundred. Sit down, Ron chimes in. Coming hard after the A&W.
Ron, I don't want to jump the gun here on conclusions or anything, but I don't think that's going to win text of the day.
Well,
I'm just going to help you. I'm going to be honest with you.
Still a little track left.
Connor McDavid, more like Connor McHundred. That's not going to win text of the day. I'm officially eliminating it. You will not get your A&W. But sit down, Ron. I know you have it in you. I think you've already won a text of the day at some point since we launched EST.
He's been around, yeah.
So let's go, man. You
Stand
got
up.
this. You got this. NHL last night. EM Utility locating morning after show coming up here around 6:30
Spoiler alert,
this
the
morning.
Sharks are dead and they found them.
Yeah.
I mean,
The San Jose Sharks sucked the big one.
Yeah.
Elsewhere around the National Hockey League last night, though, Detroit. And they've got a back-to-back. They play the Habs again tonight.
Yeah.
To find themselves, still fighting for a playoff spot. Washington last night, huge win.
That's they're in the
driver's seat.
Yeah.
Driver's seat. If they win
the
tonight,
catbird seat.
that's exactly where they are. If the Washington Capitals beat the Flyers tonight, they're in.
Yeah.
So that's a big one after the 2-0 win over the Boston Bruins to get the job done there. So Detroit wins, check. Washington Capitals win, check. Edmonton Oilers completely embarrassed the lowly, and I mean lowly, the lowliest of lows, San Jose Sharks 9-2. San Jose, that roster San Jose put out there might have been the worst roster I've seen since being in this city, and that includes the Oilers rosters from the Decade of Darkness.
When you're at that end of the standing, you're trying to achieve something as well, and good on them last night.
Mark Arcobello is a first liner on the San Jose Sharks. Still today, I think Arcobello could probably be that guy. That's how bad the Sharks are.
Leave you smacking for Macklin, though.
Mission accomplished.
Hey.
Mission accomplished. The Pittsburgh Penguins had to have it, and they did. 4-2 over the Nashville Predators. The New York Islanders simply had to have it, and they did. They're in. Patrick Waugh has led the New York Islanders to the Stanley Cup playoffs. Probably still going to be an easy out, but you never know. 4-1 the final on the road in New Jersey. That was our Cool Bet hotline of the day yesterday. Rangers blanked the Sens. The Los Angeles Kings losing at home 3-1 to the Minnesota Wild.
What's the play here, hey?
Well, that's the thing. What are you doing, Los Angeles?
What's going on here?
Every other team that needed to win in some form or fashion won last night, except for the Los Angeles Kings.
Well,
now how it plays out, the Kings have one game left. Most they could have is 99 points. The Golden Knights, 2 games left against a couple of duds.
Yep.
I think the Hawks and Ducks.
It's like a hot potato between the Kings and Golden Knights.
The Vegas Golden Knights, if they win their final 2 games, they will have the Edmonton Oilers in the first round. Unless Vancouver doesn't win anything the rest of the way and the Oilers win out.
Yep.
Then the Oilers would end up with the Nashville Predators in the first round. That seems highly unlikely at this point.
Canucks tonight at home to the Flames.
They just need a point.
At home to Chicago, yeah.
Canucks just need a point to clinch first spot, which would lock in the Oilers to either the Kings or the Golden Knights. So that's the playoff picture over there.
I like
right
how,
now.
though, the Caps winning, you're in. Who are they playing tonight? The Philadelphia Flyers.
Philadelphia Flyers,
The
who
team
got to
that
have
just
it too.
will not go away.
We need the Washington Capitals to put the final nail in Torts' coffin
it
here,
out.
man. Holy smokes. Enough is enough already. Connor McDavid, 100 assists on the season. Also had a goal less than a minute in to his return.
Connor McDavid.
Let me say yeah.
Remember that name.
McDavid off a turnover. Walks in. Has a step shot. Glove save. No, it slips behind Holtby. And that's McDavid's 30th. Finds McDavid. The net is empty. Shoots and scores, and this one's over.
Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid. McDavid. Remember that name. Here is Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid. Smart move. Here is beautiful. Remember that name.
In heaven, cause of 9 to 7. The nation in love from Gibbons to Devon. Looking to pass, eating men on the ass. Second contract, a lot of cash. Tick, 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 tack, take your time. With David on your team and you'll be fine. Just open your eyes and you will see it. Oil it for real, cause he has no limit.
Connor has no limit. Connor has no limit.
Oh, remember that name indeed. Connor McDavid to 100 assists. Just the 4th person in NHL history to ever do it. And if you ever were like trying to figure out the GOAT conversation, and this is one of those stats that certainly does it for you. Connor McDavid has 100 assists once in his life. Bobby Orr had 100 assists once in his life. Mario Lemieux had a 100 assist season, and that's it. Wayne Gretzky did it 11 times. Like, that is absolutely insane when you look at all-time records that'll never be broken. There's a lot of them. Wayne's got a lot of them. But I guarantee you 11 100 assist seasons will never be touched. I know some of you be like, Dusty, do you not realize how much longer McDavid's going to play for? That's fine. If Connor McDavid ends up with 12 100 assist seasons, I will give you $1 million. There's zero chance of that happening.
But if the NHL expands to 80 teams...
Well, you never know. You never know. Can you imagine if 12 years from now somebody's texting and be like, Dusty, do you remember in April of 2024 when you said you give away $1 million if Connor had 12 100 assist seasons? Time to pay up, big boy.
He's gearing up for his 12th 100 assist season as the Edmonton Oilers face Edmonton Team 3 in Gary Bettman's wacky 100-team NHL.
Well, it was like playing an American
line.
League team last night. It's just so bad. So bad. All right, 780-218-9999. This is a nice one. This is Tommy Rubella, I think. Tommy Rubella. Devin Cooley, when asked if he was going to make a save. No. That almost sounded like he was swimming in his crease there. No.
Yeah, he was off
Poor
the skates
guy.
quite a bit, yeah.
Hung out to dry. That's a tough one. That's
Not a cool night
No.
for Devin Cooley, I'd say.
That's rec league goalie playing behind a Div 9 team against a Div 1 team. You hate your life. That's it. You're like, what are you even doing here?
Well, again, and if it would happen to any other goalie, I'd say, a cause for concern. But Devin Cooley, and I quote, I just try to stay in the present moment. I just keep repeating myself like there are no thoughts, there is no future. There are thoughts, there is no future. I just said that over and over again. So that way, I can just take it one save at a time. Then I also say nothing matters, nobody cares. Nothing matters, nobody cares. So it keeps me grounded.
But in order to take it one save at a time, you need to make a save.
But nobody cares.
I guess in the end. He's got the great tanking mentality.
That's just it.
Congratulations, San Jose Sharks. You're building nothing.
I think he announces the celebrating. You bring him up on stage.
That would
Hello,
be
I'm
good.
Devin Cooley. Nothing matters. We're all going to die with the first overall selection.
I like to feel like I contributed to this. All right, keep your text messages rolling in, 780-218-9999. If you were watching over on YouTube this morning, hammer that thumbs up for us. That would be great. Bouchard goal song still to come. Morning after show on the other way of a 6:30 sports update with LTE. And do we have to have the Dylan Holloway conversation again? We just might. We're going to get into that as we continue to work our way towards 7 o'clock this morning. If you're listening on TuneIn or on iHeart or on EdmontonSportsTalk.com, please tell your friends about what we're building over here on EST. And if they want to hop on board for the postseason, it's going to be a hell of a run. Sports update for Green Plan with LTE right now.
Oilers getting out the wooden spoon last night with a 9-2 spanking of the Sharks. Down at Rogers Place, Connor McDavid, 100 assists on the season, becomes only the fourth player in league history to reach the mark. Dylan Holloway with a goal in the first 3-point game of his career. Oilers round out the regular season schedule in Arizona tomorrow, in Colorado Thursday. Elsewhere last night, Kings drop one of the Wild 3-1, while out east, it was the Penguins, Capitals, Red Wings, all victorious to keep pace in the wildcard chase, while the Islanders locking down a playoff spot with a 4-1 win over the Devils. Chris Bassett tossing 6 strong innings as the Jays, they improved to 9-8 with a 3-1 victory over the Yankees to open a 3-game home set. The series continues later tonight. Toronto will send Yusei Kikuchi to the bump. First pitch, 5:07. NBA play-in tournament begins tonight out west. The Lakers visit the Pelicans, while the Warriors are on the road visiting the Kings. Wednesday, it'll be the Heat in Philly and the Atlanta Hawks visiting the Chicago Bulls. And back over to hockey. Game 3 of the AJHL Finals, shifting to Calgary for Game 3 tonight. The Canucks holding a 2-0 series lead over the Whitecourt Wolverines. Sports update brought to you by Green Plan, providing you with award-winning environmental planning and consulting services. Whether it's municipal, industrial, or residential, plan it right with Green Plan. Visit green-plan.com or give them a call, 780-455-4292.
I got a big shot off this stick of mine. I keep those lanes wide open all the time. Drysidle setting up shop, McDavid's flying. I'll hit the twine when I walk the line. As sure as new G is slick and Kane is tough. We're going all the way this year, enough is enough. And we can play 'em straight or we can play 'em rough. I'm feeling fine when I walk the line. You know I shoot that puck so very, very hard. The name on the back of my jersey says Bouchard. And we're gunning for first place, not a wild card. I'll hit the twine when I walk the line. Well, we're counting on our skill and not on luck. And it's gonna get real when they drop that puck. And we won't be done until we hoist the cup. I'll hit the twine when I walk the line.
Oh, Bouchard goal song from Dallas, from Nelson. Well done, Dallas. That one's going to live for a long, long, long time. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. We are going to get to your morning after show for EM Utility Locating in just a moment.
Have we
Be
tried
ready for that?
The original Evan Bouchard goals? Have we ever
I don't know if we've ever. I don't
recall.
Man, I don't even know if I got that thing kicking around. I have to track that down. I'm pretty sure we probably. I mean, we'll get some sort of little flag on it, but it won't kill the channel. I don't think.
I would mind experimenting a bit while
Well,
you're away.
let me take a peek. Let me take a peek here. Let's keep hammering that thumbs up. If we hit 500 likes today, I'll try to dig that bad boy up. We got to have it kicking around somewhere. I know. Yeah, who was it? Somebody texted in and was like, "Play the original Bouchard goal song, you
not out here
cowards."
banging down the door or anything, but
Yeah.
I just every time there's always one
Old
request,
man.
and ask, right? Like
I might have it kicking around. Let me just do one quick search here of Kingston D Drive, and we'll see what we have.
Kingston DJ. Now we're
that's
talking.
just the Kingston. Yeah,
Hello.
see, I got no matches on Bouchard, but maybe Old Man.
Old man.
No, nothing there. I put in Old Dan.
That's been the problem.
Well, nothing on Old Man either. It's got to be somewhere in there though. It's got to be in like one of our top 10s from back in the day. I would think.
I'll do a bit of looking. If he scores in
Yeah.
the final 2 regular season games, you bet your bottom that we'll be attempting a spin.
We'll take a peek
Yeah.
for it. I feel like we can track it down somewhere. For sure. We definitely get that done. All right, a Teef texts in. It was the morning after the Shark Feast. Clem Costin wishing he was still an Oiler. What a way to start off the night. Getting a picture with Jason Strudwick. I have a challenge to lay down. Dustin Nielson and LTE versus the Dill Pickle Hockey Show. NHL Nut 74 and Wheels 24 pizza eating contest. Big Mama and Papa Pizzeria. Raise money for charity. What say you, boys? Do you accept the challenge? That's it from our Teef, a man in the chair.
Well, Mr. Nelson, I turn it over to you.
I know. I mean, I will say this. After the pizza we had yesterday, I can't eat pizza again for like 2 days.
And people are asking. It's
how much is left? Zacticum, how much did you take home last night?
I unfortunately forgot to take some
What?
home last night, but I'm setting some up for today.
Okay.
First thing
Yeah,
I
they're
did when I
packaged,
came in here, I got a plate and I took a bunch of pizza, and Eric was like, "So you're having
Like
pizza for
this
breakfast
morning?
again?"
I thought he was loading up for a breakfast buffet here, but
yeah, no, too early for me to eat, but I'm setting it up for later.
So
Bring
you
it
already
home to
took
the
a bunch for later.
He did the one plate and then the
That's
plate
what
on
I
top.
did yesterday.
Yeah,
I took home 4 slices yesterday too.
There's only like 1 or 2 slices of pepperoni, and then there's quite a bit of the veggie.
Quite a bit of veg
Yeah.
still kicking
Sure
around.
means, hey.
All right. Well, anyway, yeah. If you haven't checked it out yet, Big Mama's and Papa's Pizzeria, debuting in Edmonton yesterday, dropping off a 36-inch pizza on the show. It was quite the
And it wasn't
scene
their big
yesterday.
one.
No, they've got a bigger one.
They've got a
which
bigger one.
sounds absolutely impossible, but they've done that as well. Cal in the park this morning texts in and says, "Okay, guys, we got it. The Sharks are a young, inexperienced team that beat the Oilers once already this year and cost Woodcroft his job. Talk about the positives. Or since you're a sports station, talk about NBA or MLB." I don't understand. What's this guy talking about?
Where's this coming in? Is this a text?
So do you want us to talk about the Oilers in a positive way, or do you want us to skip over the Oilers and just talk about NBA or MLB? You're going to hate ISIS Parton today when I talk about the WNBA draft, and people are going to be like, "Dusty, why are you not talking Oilers?"
Earmuffs.
Right?
Well, and only good Oilers.
Only good Oilers stuff. I mean, we didn't even say, we were mocking the San Jose Sharks because it's a joke of an NHL roster right now. And there was a lot of positives from the game last night, but let's be honest. How much stock could you put into anything that happened? Like, nothing against Dylan Holloway's 3-point game. But you're not getting anything like that in the playoffs. Not talking about from him, I'm talking from opposition-wise. Like, you can celebrate McDavid hitting 100 assists. We've already talked about that.
I'm celebrating no forward over 16 minutes of ice time last night. I mean, that's how you set it up.
Bouchard, I had a bet when I was doing the draft, the Juan Rincon Hockey League draft. And, have a couple of drinks, and I just start making bets about everything. And I'm pretty sure I made like 3 different bets on Bouchard point totals with my buddies. And the top one was 80.5. And he covered that one last night too. So I cleaned up on the boys because I have Bouchard in that hockey pool. So, yeah, there's some positives to talk about for individual accomplishments throughout the season, which we'll certainly get to, and we've already discussed this morning. But as far as takeaways from that hockey game last night that you can use going into the playoffs, there's literally nothing. But let's get into your morning after show today as the Edmonton Oilers roll over the San Jose Sharks.
There's something happening here. The Oilers look a lot better this year. Another win, put 2 points on the board. Telling me your faith is restored. I think it's time you stop, listen, here we go. Wake up with the morning after show. This year's team's looking strong. Connor and Leon, they can't do no wrong. 6 o'clockers are losing their minds. Getting so many messages on the text line. Think it's time you stop, listen, here we go. Wake up with the morning after show.
All right, it is the morning after show right here on Edmonton Sports Talk, brought to you by EM Utility Locating. Don't kill yourself. Give them a call. You have any projects going on beneath the ground, Matt and his team have you covered. Give them a call, 780-222-9497. That's Smitty McDavid. 780-Boosh. Smitty McDavid, 222-9497. They're big Oilers fans. They appreciate that. I bet you that's why they got the number.
Probably would have taken a call from the Sharks if San Jose would have reached out yesterday and some form of assistance.
If our partners over at EM Utility Locating are listening right now, did you get to choose your phone number? And did you choose 9497 for Ryan Smith, Connor McDavid? I'd bet about $100 easy that they did.
Good job on the randomness, if not, though.
That's the same reason 780-218-9999 is our text line.
Can't look away from
it's
that.
It's way better than some random number that's been handed to you. 9999 really works because it's Glenn Anderson, Glenn Anderson, Glenn Anderson, Glenn Anderson.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's always easy to remember. www.emutilitylocating.com, GPR and concrete scanning, damage prevention, planning, design, education, and training. Of course, April is Dig Safe Month, so be extra careful and call our friends at EM Utility Locating to look after you. We'll get to your steady Eddie of the evening a little bit later on as well. But the big moment that happened, what was it?
The first goal.
I mean, less than a minute in.
How do you announce yourself so? And again, I think sometimes the Oilers make traditionally maybe making easy tasks look a little more difficult than they should be, but not the case last night, and that was illustrated right off the hop a minute in, and right on cue, right? Captain McDavid returning to the lineup as you do. So that's the moment to me. It's burned in. I mean, you can kind of take that and run off the fumes with that leading to the last couple of games. I don't know, roster lineup, they'll probably sit a guy here or there, whatever.
There'll be some guys who would sit on.
It's a nice just illustrating his return to the lineup again. Not lower body, whatever. Maybe some maintenance, nothing too serious. But I mean, he was flying out there. Nice opposition to get it. The soft underbelly of the San Jose Sharks. So nice night illustrating a minute in. He gets the 100 assist eventually as the game. It's nice. He kind of bookends it, right? Like he starts it off with the goal.
Yeah.
The 100 assist. Just cruise control night. And as I mentioned, ice time and all that. But the McDavid goal, his return to lineup, easily my big moment that happened. Not to be confused with the 100 assists, but that
both of them very big moments.
Kicked the game off.
You
it was
take
over
the
when
goal.
it happened.
I'll gladly push out the assist.
Sure.
I mean, you're sitting there wondering, you're like, there's no way they're going to roll over the Sharks like this, and Connor McDavid's not going to have his 100th assist.
It'd be pretty cool though if they.
But yeah, I mean, I would have liked if he had 101 assists because we would have cashed our EST parlay.
Yeah.
Can't believe they scored 8 goals and we didn't cash a McDavid over 1.5 assists, Bouche point, Draisaitl point. That's all we needed. Should have gone McDavid over 1.5 points, but I got greedy last night. Connor McDavid's 32nd of the year. Henrique with his 24th. Fogle with his 18th. Holloway with his 5th. Fogle with his 19th. Perry with his 12th. Cody Ceci with his 5th of the season. Bouchard with his 18th. And Zach Hyman with his 54th of the season. And just looking at him and seeing Connor McDavid and then 100 in brackets. That's quite something. I do appreciate the text from KCF today saying, hey, guys, they were outscored in the third period. Any concerns? No. That's one of those things where, the Oilers will lose a game, but they'll play well in the third, and people will be like, I wonder if that momentum carries over. In this case, that's not one of them. That's not one of them.
Skinner would like to clean up that one that squeaked in,
Yeah.
2 goals, 21 shots.
No big deal. No big deal last night. Super stat of the game. What do you go with?
Well, I mentioned the ice time, and we talked about yesterday the key to this game was coming out injury-free, and by all looks, and haven't had any doctors on the line this morning, but it looks that way again. You come out early, you flex your muscle, and the rest of the game you can just kind of run through your paces. So I'm loving the ice time. It's a little weird, but this end of the season, that is my super stat. And, of course, the 100 assists. Can't forget.
Can't forget that as well.
It's the obvious one, right?
How about this? Last night's game only had 1 penalty. That was it. Edmonton Oilers did not have a power play in last night's hockey game.
A little emotionless, hey?
Guys, what do you think of what about that officiating last night? That's unbelievable. The Oilers have the puck that much? Don't even draw a power play? Come on, you guys. Don't worry about it. Super stat of the nights. Got to look at Dylan Holloway. A goal, 2 assists, 3 points, 4 shots, 4 hits. Played just under 14 minutes last night. +3 on the evening. Dylan Holloway will be my super stat of the Knights. Pretty encouraging game for him once again. Like I said, you don't want to read too much into it because San Jose was dressing basically a non-NHL lineup. But still, for him to once again prove, and we're going to continue this conversation on Holloway here in the 6 o'clock hour, but for him to once again be like, hey, look at me. I mean, Matthias Janmark had zeros across the board. So Dylan Holloway,
good penalty
1, 2,
killing,
3.
though.
I mean, yeah, got it done last night on the one power play the Sharks had. First star of the game last night, Connor McDavid with a couple of points, goal and assist. Warren Foegele trying hard for that Hattie. Had a decent look at it, kind of fanned on it at one point in the slot there. 2 goals last night for Foegele. And Dylan Holloway, third star of the game with the 3-point evening. Lieutenant Eric, who's your fourth star of the game?
Yeah, well, and another 3-point evening for Adam Henrique. A goal, 2 helpers on the top line, +4, 3 shots. 70% in the dot, I think, kind of fitting
nice
in nicely
game
there. Yeah,
nice game.
It doesn't look too bad. And again, just kind of adding to the options that Knoblauch will have here down the stretch and into the cup push. So Adam Henrique will be my fourth star of the evening. A goal, 3 points, +4, 3 shots.
If you are watching on YouTube this morning, please hammer the thumbs up as we try to hit that 200 mark prior to 7 o'clock today. We're certainly within striking distance, so it doesn't cost you a thing. Hammer the thumbs up, the like, and go a long way for us today. The 38th star of the game. I really hate to do this because I felt awful for the guy last night. And the Sharks as a team were in over their head. But when you roll out a .636 save percentage, I can't look by it. Like, I can't just gloss over it. Faced 22 shots last night. Only stopped 14 of them. Cooley will be your 38th star of the game. But once again, felt awful for the guy. No chance on a bunch of those. But the .636 is going to fit the bill there. For the 38th star
native
of the game.
Californian, I bet it was a pretty big moment coming up here, playing in front of a packed house, fans going nuts.
Change the game a little bit.
Some of the best players in the world coming down at you here. Like, I mean, it's
not an ideal
sure it was
spot
an experience,
for the kid.
but
yeah, that's a tough one. All right, let's get to your Steady Eddie of the evening for EM Utility Locating, where their steady Eddiness will keep you safe. Call them before you dig, for sure.
If they want to get into the mascot game like Wayne's, they should look at getting a Steady Eddie.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
And he comes out and he shows, where to dig and where not to dig.
Because I can't see a
Big
thing
head,
in
huge head,
in the thing. Mike, are you guys sure this mascot should be digging over
or maybe
here?
he shows you what not to do, right? He's the one that does the bad examples. And don't do what Donnie does.
Steady Eddie has actually got his hair like as if he's been electrocuted.
Yeah.
His pants are soaked because he burst a water line. Like he's covered in crap because he hit the sewer. Like because he didn't call. He didn't call. Didn't call first.
You could be unsteady Eddie here.
We're going to hear what Connor McDavid had to say after hitting 100 assists. But your Steady Eddie of the evening, and I'm going to put this guy in the mix. And we should probably do this, the Steady Eddie of the season. Ooh. Right? There's a couple of guys who could qualify for the Steady Eddie of the season. Matthias Ekholm has been the Steady Eddie a number of times. But it's got to be Warren Foegele, man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Foegele with 2 goals last night. Yeah. 15:57. Was that the most? I think that was the most ice time last night. It was. Led forwards in ice time last night. 9 shots on goal. And Foegele, he's got to want this. Like, Fogel's not getting a rest day on the back-to-backs. Foegele wants 20.
Yeah.
And for Warren Foegele to kind of, I know this is crazy to say because it's Edmonton and everything's in the spotlight and, we do love it that way. But for Foegele to hit 20 would be something else. And they're all even strength markers, I believe. Or at least not, probably a short.
Now that's a steady.
But nothing on the power play for old Foegele. So a Steady Eddie of the season. Also your Steady Eddie of the evening. Shout out to Warren Foegele.
The pickup man.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Right? I'm your Huckleberry. And I know Kev keeps asking for the Joe Diffie parody
clockwork,
song.
and I love it.
Yeah, you know what? You keep asking for 3-4 years, man. I'll say this for you, Kev. If Foegele re-signs here, we'll make the Joe Diffie pickup man goal song. I'll do that for you.
Can you give Kev a conch for his efforts here?
Yeah, you know what?
He's in the
because
trenches,
of that,
he's battling.
You're getting him in the mix here. I think that'd be fun. If he does re-sign, that'd be
sure.
That'd be good. All right, congratulations to Fogel on the steady Eddie of the evening.
Red chimes in. Brady Stonehouse is about as steady as it gets.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Try knocking him off that perch.
All right, Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid with 100 assists last night. Let's hear what the captain had to say about hitting this magical marker.
Players that have done that in this game. There's been a lot of players playing this for a long time. What does maybe that part of it mean to you? You're in a small list.
Yeah, you know what? It means a lot. Those three obviously are three of the greatest players to ever play, and to share, I guess, something with a little something with them. It means a lot to me. But obviously, just thankful for my teammates, the staff here in Edmonton, coaches, and everybody. But I feel very, very grateful for our staff here in Edmonton and all the players here. It's been a different type of year, and but everybody's stuck with it, and we put ourselves in a good spot heading into when it matters most.
Connor, is it fitting to do it on a goal by Zach?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously Zach and I have played lots together. And he's had such an incredible year, and we've both benefited from playing with each other, and that was I guess it was fitting. Yeah.
At what point does an accomplished shot like this set in? Did it set in on the bench there where people were?
It always, for me, it always sets in when you hear the crowd and you hear the support from the fans. And the reaction from your teammates, I would say that too. To see, the reception from my teammates, and that's I guess when it sets in. Yeah.
Wayne did it 11 times.
That's insane. That's insane. Yeah, just casual 100 assists every year. So that's why he's the greatest of all time. And yeah. Can I catch him? Like I said, we got some more important things to deal with, right now.
Can I ask you one about this? Because you're always very team-oriented, but was there sort of a time during the stretch of the season where you thought, I'm not saying you wanted to get there, but you thought that maybe I could get there, or did it ever kind of cross your mind? You know what?
It was not something that I don't think you ever set out and say, oh, I want to do this. It was kind of just happened naturally, and had that weird stretch where I didn't score any goals, but had a bunch of assists, and that was kind of when I was made aware of it, and like I said, not something that you set out to do or whatever. It's just a product of playing with some really good players, playing on a good team, and putting in a lot of hard work.
How do you feel the team is now? 2 games left, but now it's the focus is playoffs.
Yeah, of course it is. And it was even tonight. I like that we did things the right way. I didn't think guys were cheating. I didn't think guys were getting above pucks or flying by or doing any of that stuff. We gave up 2 goals, but I liked a lot of things about our game.
There you go, as they should. I mean, they played well last night. We've seen other teams put up duds. I don't. It'd be hard to put up a dud against that Sharks line. Like that Sharks lineup. That Sharks lineup isn't the Sharks team that beat the Oilers earlier in the season with Woody. I mean, it's just.
Well, earlier in the season, things are
guys
more fresh, and I mean, the Sharks are in a position too at the other end where they're kind of chasing something here too. It's
a win-win
all around.
Gazola yesterday in the oil stream. We're sitting there, and a classic Tommy story. He goes, after the gym, he was in the steam room. He's in the sauna, and he goes to a gym, I think at the hotel where the visiting team stay or whatever. So he said he was sitting in there, and a bunch of the San Jose Sharks came into the steam room, and Tommy Store's just sitting there talking. He tells me yesterday, he goes, I'm not going to repeat what they were saying, but let's just say they're not overly focused on the game.
Yeah.
And it was just like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you could be.
Can you blame them?
To go out and have to play against a team of the Oilers' caliber in that spot.
Paid professionals, right?
Yeah. This text comes in this morning to the Paris Jewelers inbox at 780-218-9999. If Vancouver wins tonight, how many players can we sit and call up for the last 2 games? Well, you can't just do that. You can't just sit guys and call up a bunch of American Hockey League guys, right? You still need to have the cap room to make that happen. So what you'll see is, Kane will probably play. McDavid, I would think, would sit one of the 2 games. If McDavid missed 3 games, you're not going to roll him out in back-to-back games to end the season. I'd probably be a little bit surprised by that. But Broberg, by all accounts, is going to get the call, and you could play him in the back-to-back game. So Ekholm has 1 game off, and Nurse or Kulak have the other game off. I mean, that's probably to the extent that you're going to see. You could see a game where Holloway is in, the entire fourth line is in, and Corey Perry takes a night off.
Kane probably gets
Something
back in
along
here.
those lines. Yeah,
in
Kane
one
would
of the
get back
two,
in,
and
Perry would be out,
somebody
McDavid
goes
would be
out.
out. So but you can't just call them like 7 guys and say 7 guys. That's not possible. That's not going to happen. So, we'll see how that goes over. Tube Socks is in earlier today sending us a delicious sausage and egger picture.
I put up the GIF last night as well. Anytime they get to, I know that we've kind of the tradition of the McMuffin.
Oh, I totally forgot.
But the McMuffin GIF is just so good that
Yeah,
I
totally
can't help
forgot.
myself anymore. It's, but he
Anyway,
follows that up.
Tommy flexing his wrench in the sauna. Well, Tommy the Wrench.
Tommy the Wrench.
At some point today, Tommy the Wrench will be up and he'll slide into the old nasty chat today.
But I do like him getting the goods from the sauna. As a guy by the name of Tommy the Wrench would, you would think, right?
Yeah.
Getting in there, you know.
Where does Gazola get all his info? Yeah. Oh, he becomes Tommy the Wrench.
He only whacks people.
Sits in the sauna. That's how it works.
Red wine.
780
saunas.
218-9999. 780
Chicken parmesan.
99. All those types of things. Yeah. All those types of things. Barry says, when the NHL expands to 36, if McDavid's still playing, he'll get 200 points. I don't know. I don't think we ever see that again. Nothing against like Kucherov this season, McDavid's last year, McDavid again this year. 200 just seems unattainable to me. It just...
He's getting better. He's getting older. The league is expanding.
200 is safe. 200 has to be safe, I think. I don't think
I think
anybody
we've
else
learned
is
a lesson
touching
that you can't put anything outside of McDavid's. He'll just reach up and grab it.
When McDavid came in the league, I would have said 100 assists is safe. Like, you're not going to touch that.
Yeah.
But then, assuming Kucherov gets it done, 2 guys would have done it this year. So,
But again, just not thinking on the player, but the league and the dynamic and everything such as that. I mean, and who's 97 shooter, too? I mean, all this happens with a guy like Zach Hyman. Is Ty Ratty getting McDavid to, 97 shooters of the past. We haven't really seen this type of richness. But it's a perfect time for Connor McDavid.
a happy hallooed to all of you this morning.
Hallooed.
As it is Tombstone Tuesday. Mike Johnson in for Button today. Button's going to join us in Mike's spot on Friday, moving MJ2 today. Gager's going to be by. Vegas keyword in less than an hour. Looking about 45 minutes for the Vegas keyword for the EST Flyaway with Fly YEG. And keep those text messages rolling in here today on a Tombstone Tuesday. If you missed it, Holloway goal song, done. We'll do it again in the 7 o'clock hour. Bouchard goal song, done. McDavid goal song, done. Hyman goal song, done. Hit them all. Hammer thumbs up over on YouTube. We're on that 600 pace again, which is great. Jeremy, and one last text here in the 6 o'clock hour, then we'll get to an update, and then MJ on the other side for Pro-Am Sports. Hey, Dusty, what's your grade on the Perry acquisition so far? Excited to see the impact he will have for us come playoff times. His attributes are geared towards playoff hockey. That comes from Jeremy in Belleville, Ontario this morning. A conch for everybody listening out east. I mean, the Perry acquisition has to be an A. You got him for free.
Yeah, that's the...
And he's a contributor. That's an A. Anytime you get anybody for free and they do anything positive, it's an A.
Even if he wasn't doing anything positive and not doing anything negative.
Still an A.
It's still an A.
So, yes, my grade on the Perry acquisition of getting him for free, Jeremy, would be an A. A plus even. An A plus.
I'll leave room for improvement.
Well, you could see a spot where the team gets in a jam in a playoff series, and I'm not even messing around. Corey Perry is put in the top 6 to get things back on track. I think that could be a thing somewhere along the way.
A nuclear option, if you
A
will.
plus. Yeah. A plus. All right, let's get to a sports update for Century Casino. Mike Johnson just around the corner for Pro-Am Sports. Weekly confessions today coming up for Spectrum Rental. What do you have to confess? Be ready for that, 7:30. Vegas keyword around 7:45. We'll try to deliver another dub with your Cool Bet hotline of the day. That is still to come. And Dylan Holloway said we were going to get to that conversation. 6 o'clock hour kind of got away from us. Pretty jam-packed with the goal songs and breaking down the game. Dylan Holloway. I still don't think Knobloch would do it to open up the playoffs. I still think Holloway will be your 13th forward. But Would that be a mistake? Would it be a mistake to not have Holloway in your opening night lineup for game one, whether it be against the Kings or the Golden Knights? TBD. That's still to be determined. Mike Johnson on the other side. Sports Update with LTE. Here we go.
The belt was off last night as the Oilers spanked the Sharks 9-2 down at Rogers Place. Connor McDavid, 100 assists on the campaign. He becomes only the fourth player in league history to reach the mark. Dylan Holloway, a goal in his first three-point game of his career. Oilers will round out the regular season schedule in Arizona tomorrow and visiting Colorado Thursday. Elsewhere last night, LA dropping one to Minnesota 3-1. Out east, it was the Penguins, Capitals, and Red Wings all victorious, keeping pace in the wildcard chase, while the Islanders locking down a playoff spot with a 4-1 win over the Devils. Chris Bassett tossed 6 strong innings as the Jays improved to 9-8 with a 3-1 victory over the Yankees, opening a 3-game home set. The series continues later this evening. Toronto will send Yusei Kikuchi to the mound. First pitch, 5:07. NBA play-ins begin tonight out west. Lakers visit the Pelicans while the Warriors are on the road to take on the Sacramento Kings. Tomorrow will be the Heat visiting Philly and the Bulls at home to Atlanta. Back over to hockey. Game 3 of the AJHL Finals shifting to Calgary. Canucks holding a 2-0 series lead over the Whitecourt Wolverines. Sports Update brought to you by the Sportsball Lounge at Century Casino Fort Road. Your home for the Oilers' push to the postseason. Catch all the action at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge.
The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
.702 on the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for being here this morning. You can text us anytime in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Go visit our friends at PJ's. Paris Jewelers, why not get married? ParisJewelers.com, 22 locations across the country. Canadian, family-owned, great partners for us. And one of you, if you hit us just the right time with a hilarious text, or, I mean, I wonder if we ever get to a point where we give out a text of the day for just like a really well thought out text message.
I think we
never really have. Like, usually they make us laugh in some way.
Depending on the day, which are few and far between, but you're right, usually it's in the hilarity department. But if you hit us with like a McDavid reaches 100 assists, right? Like an informative text, maybe is what you're saying. Yeah, that
guys, here's why I think Connor hit 100 assists this year, right? Like that type of thing. Probably still not going to win it for you, but text of the day will go to A&W. If you're watching on YouTube, hammer that thumbs up for us today. That would be great. And of course, you can text us if you're listening on TuneIn, on iHeart, or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com at 780-218-9999. Got a few text messages. This one is in. It says, guys, I keep Holloway in the lineup. He's looked great since being recalled. He can fly out there and is a threat in the bottom six, physical as well. Had another pretty good hit last night. Like I said, I think what happens here with Knobloch would be he would go with more of a veteran lineup to start the playoffs. But Holloway has definitely proven that if you need a little bit of a spark at some point in the playoffs, you can put him in.
Well, and Ducky
still played 10 to 12 minutes, but
this is how you can get text today with that Holloway text. That's a
sorry, Ducky, you're not going to win text today.
Example.
No, I mean I lied.
Keep Holloway in the lineup.
Unless you make us smile at least with your text today, it's probably not going to happen. But if you want to chime in on Holloway, 780-218-9999. Good problem to have when you got a young guy who's playing well. Come playoff time, real good piece to have kicking around for you, for sure. Mike Johnson can't join us Friday, so he's going to slide in today. I've said multiple times, Craig Button is just like the most. He's Mr. a facilitator. Yeah. You can move him around the lineup. So Craig's going to join us on Friday. MJ joins us today for Pro-Am Sports, where all I have to tell you is it's flag season. Time to let him fly, right? It is time to put the car flag up. Usually they say when they clinch, throw that car flag up. You go check it out at proonsports.ca right now. I think they got a couple different styles of car flags for you. Might not get two different ones.
Bit of a choice, yeah.
Throw them up on both sides, right?
Options
go
like
crazy.
Knobloch.
Yeah, definitely. proonsports.ca is where you can find that. MJ, good morning. How you doing, sir?
You're bringing back bad memories for me.
Uh-oh.
Because I remember when I first was like traded away from Toronto, and I lived in Toronto, and the Toronto was very good back then, and they make it to the semifinals. And part of me is thinking I'm going to be the piece they traded away to win the Stanley Cup, which would be very unsettling when I lived there. And so the bane of my existence was when I returned home from wherever, Tampa or Arizona, wherever I was playing, and those bloody flags. Those flags were on all the cars, and I'm like, oh God, I've lived in my neighborhood, and every one of my neighbors proudly sporting their Leaf flags. Like every little dig every time I drove by them. So yes, bad memories with the flags.
Are you telling me that car flags weren't big in Arizona and Tampa Bay to support their NHL teams?
Okay, here's my best Tampa story. Okay, so I get traded down there from Toronto. Obviously, you're not in Kansas anymore. It's about as different as you can be. This is not Tampa like Tampa is now. This is Tampa when we were the Frightening. Not the Lightning, we're the Frightening.
The Frightening.
So I go to the Publix local grocery store. My first night there, the next day, and I'm buying some groceries for my little whatever apartment. And I check out, and it's $100 in groceries, whatever it is. And they're like, "Oh, here's your tickets." I'm like, "I don't need any tickets." Like, "Oh yeah, anyone who spends more than $50 gets 2 tickets to the Lightning game." And I'm like, "What?" I'm coming from Toronto, where like you're on a waiting list for 20 years to try to get a ticket. You're giving them out with a bag of milk. What are we doing here? It was like, oh my God. And I was so naive to the NHL. I thought every market was like Toronto. Every market was like Edmonton. I thought they all were sort of passionate and into it. I'm like, oh, this is not the same at all. So, that Tampa was no flags, weird grocery stores, and a very different existence than Toronto.
You spend over $50 and get 2 tickets.
Were they good tickets?
That's wild to me.
Must have been
man.
lower bowl, though. Hey, I mean,
lower bowl,
lower bowl
tickets.
tickets.
And parking. Parking. That's there was a special item. Yeah,
beer and a hot dog and the whole bit. Absolutely.
That's insane. All right, the Edmonton Oilers roll over the San Jose Sharks last night. We were kind of throwing around this morning. It was a great night. I mean, it was a point night. Holloway at 3 points, Fogle with a couple goals. Connor obviously returns, scores, gets his 100th assist. So what with having that type of game against the roster that San Jose rolled out last night? What can the team feels good about it because they roll, but can you take anything away from that type of game, Mike?
No, because the games you're about to play,
and
the teams you're going to face, it will be like a different sport. Like that last night was almost, it's pro sports. We don't feel bad for anyone. You feel bad for some of the Sharks players and Devin Cooley and net. You're like, this is almost unfair. Now, Edmonton didn't do anything wrong. They're just playing the way they should. So what the Edmonton could take out of it, sort of the confidence that you naturally will feel with success. You don't care if you scored against San Jose or you scored against Boston. Like goals are goals, and they always feel good, especially for guys who don't score them all the time. So you do take a bit more confidence from having success that way. But to think we're rolling now, or these lines are locked in, or we play like that, we're good to go. Like I think even the most optimistic Oiler player fan, like, hang on, we can't put too much into that game. It was lopsided, but it was almost perfect in the sense where Connor got back. He was flying around. My goodness, he looked great. And he got his 100th assist. And even on the goal he scored, he was trying to pass it anyways. So he was trying to find backdoors regardless. And now you can do whatever you want. Like, I know they're still maybe playing for first. I think Vancouver probably gets it done tonight. But whatever. Like, if Connor needs more time, he's got that record. He looked great. He looked sharp. You can do whatever you want with your roster now, rest, whatever you want to do. So in that sense, it was a good kind of freebie night against a very inferior opponent.
And I think, Mike, one guy that could probably use it too, and who's been growing in confidence over the last little while, is Dylan Holloway, a goal, his first career 3-point night. I know Dusty was mentioning it, posed the question earlier, but if you're calling the shots here, if you're Chris Knobloch, where is he game one of the Stanley Cup playoffs for the Edmonton Oilers?
Oh, boy. I mean, are we assuming Evander Kane is healthy?
Well, that's the thing. Like, if Evander Kane's healthy, you've got Henrique, Nuge, and Kane on the left side. You're not going to throw Holloway in the middle. That's why I know a lot of people are making the play right now. You play him on the fourth line instead of Matthias Janmark. I just don't think Knobloch would do that to start the playoffs.
Yeah, is Janmark kill penalties? Like, is he a versatile guy? A little more heft to his game, and this is what coaches overthink. Like, over 82 games, absolutely, you put Holloway over Janmark on the fourth line, and you'll be better for it. But in the playoffs, where the fourth line might only get 7 minutes of 5-on-5 time, like, you need sort of situational. Carrick, take face-offs, defensive zone stuff, whatever it might be, penalty kill. Janmark, penalty kill. Connor Brown's played, much, much better and a little bit more productive the last 6 weeks. A month ago, Connor Brown would have got pulled, obviously. But, he's gone better, and he's also an experienced player, and he's also had some success in big moments. So I think what you have is a nice injection of youth and pace and confidence waiting in the wings if injury or performance dictate. But, in a playoff series, I would imagine, and who knows, like it might be Vegas, might be
Still
LA,
don't know, yeah.
pretty physical, defensive, mature teams. So he probably does unfortunately start if everyone's healthy. If Kane's good to go, then he probably does start on the sidelines. But if they play 2 rounds, he will play games.
Yeah, he'll get
no
games.
doubt he will get in. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think he ends up getting some games here along the way. Connor McDavid, it looked like he got it in the first minute when he threw that puck over towards Hyman, and it goes in. Ends up that's a goal. And then they had 8 goals, and he still didn't have an assist. And I was like, how's this possible? How have the Oilers just scored 8, and he doesn't have an assist? Sets up Hyman in fitting fashion for assist 100. We knew it was coming for quite some time, but it was still a little bit of an eye-opener just diving into the box score this morning and seeing McDavid assist and then 100 in brackets next to his name. And I know Kucherov's closing in on it as well. But when he came into the league, I don't think anybody was thinking anybody at that time would be taking a run at 100 assists, man. This is nuts.
100 points.
Yes.
Is crazy. Let's be serious here. Like, I know we're getting carried away because Connor had 150 and Kuch has 140 this year. Like, how many guys have 100 points? 6? Like 100 points are hard to come by. And so, like, to get 100 assists, and I know this year he seemed far more pass-focused. I think some of it might have been the way he started the year where he wasn't quite healthy. It looked like he wasn't shooting the puck normally.
Yeah.
He wasn't, he had the puck a lot, but he wasn't threatening to score with the puck, but he was able to find and facilitate. And then, you get Zach going on his goal-scoring run, which Connor would want to be, a leader of, and then you get the chase for 100. It's such a strange year in that when I see Gretzky, Lemieux, or McDavid, and it's like, okay, it hasn't happened in 30-something years.
Yeah.
That offers the gravity, the enormity of what he just accomplished. But then when you got Kuch on 99, you're like, another guy's doing it too. It somehow doesn't ring quite as heavy, but it's incredible stuff. It's incredible stuff. I mean, he's not going to win the Art Ross. He's not going to win the Hart, but he just did something that only the 3 greatest offensive players in the history of the game have ever done. And I think the fact that I
was just say one of them did it 11 times.
Now Gretzky 11 times tells you how much he is the greatest of all time. But, I think Connor, with what he's done already and the way he's played his career, has already put himself in that group. I think that's sort of what I take away. The 100's the 100, and Kuch might do it, and it won't feel quite as impressive. But what it does is sort of just forces you to consider, where's Connor McDavid in the all-time greatest offensive players ever? And it's a great conversation to have. And I think, he won't do it as long as Gordie Howe, and he won't score as many as Ovi, and he might get as many points as Sid. Who knows the way he's going?
Yeah.
But I think as far as just overwhelming offensive star, I don't know. It feels like he's right there. Maybe Steve Yzerman's maybe right there. Like, he's right there beyond those 3 guys. And I think that's the fun conversation to have, spurred on by this achievement.
What's crazy is that, he's closing in. He's got the 1,000 points coming up. And we were talking about it last week that, when it's all said and done, if he stays healthy and plays like another 8-9 years, he's going to have 2,000 points. Like, he's going to hit that mark if he stays healthy, which is a phenomenal talent. A couple of standings questions that I want to get to. We've been talking a lot here in Edmonton about the Edmonton Oilers. Is it going to be the Kings or the Golden Knights? Which one do you think they should face? From the Kings and Golden Knights perspective, would you rather play Edmonton or Dallas, do you think?
I mean, I think Vegas can skate with Edmonton. I just don't think they can. I mean, I don't know what they look like when Mark Stone's back and, Hurdle's up to speed and whatever. But I almost think Vegas would say, give us Dallas, even though, they are first in the West. They did the explosiveness. Now, the Dallas is really good. They got 8 forwards with 20 goals.
Yeah, they're good.
9. They have so much depth on their team, so they take nothing away. And they got Ottinger in net who can be incredible. But I just think stylistically, if Vegas thinks they're going to sort of be physical and grind, maybe that suits them, perhaps. Whereas Edmonton can make them look a little slow. And if you're LA, probably the opposite. I mean, LA play, they play that 1-3-1. They're a very defensive team. They're a very good defensive team. But I don't think the lack of track, I don't know, maybe they both want Dallas, because it's not like LA's had great success against Edmonton in years past. So, pick your poison. Any of those teams playing Vancouver, playing Edmonton, playing Dallas, like they're all going to be a nightmare. So, yeah. But you forget because Edmonton's record with the start of the year, like the record under Knobloch is the best in the league.
They're the best team in the league.
And we say that post Knobloch hire and pre Knobloch because that's
they're completely different.
The gulf of
right?
difference.
You almost have to separate, because if you take the 70 games since Knobloch's gotten there or whatever, 65, whatever it's been, like they're clearly the highest point accumulating team in the league. So, they may not be first, they may not win the President's Trophy, but they've played like that forever, for a long, long stretch. And they went through what? Kind of maybe a 7-8 game little blip 15 games ago, where they sort of, they went to that great run, and then they're back to it again. And as long as they get goaltending, and I do think the adjustment in the way that Oilers are playing their defense is very important to what's going on late here and what's going to happen in the playoffs. The fact of the matter that CC and Nurse don't really play against top line opponents to the same degree they once did. They don't start in their own end. They don't get the quality of competition. And they're giving it to Kulak and Desharnais, and they're giving it to Ekholm and Bouchard. And I think the Oilers are better for it. They're better for it when they play those heavier minutes, not against CC and Nurse. And we've seen in the playoffs in years past, whether it was McKinnon 2 years ago, whether it was Eichel last year, CC Nurse did not do well against those guys. The fact that they've made that adjustment, and not just in the playoffs, they've sort of set the table.
Yeah.
And the players kind of know what's happening and expect that rotation. Doesn't mean Nurse is not important. He is. Doesn't mean CC's not important. He is. But they're not going to be tasked with playing Eichel again or playing Kopitar, whoever, you know what I mean? I think that's a big change down the stretch that will impact Edmonton's success in the playoffs.
MJ, quickly before we let you go, one spot remaining out east. The Islanders lock up third in the Metro last night. Does Washington get it done? Do they beat the Flyers tonight and lock up that spot?
So all I hope for, because I'm Team Chaos.
Yeah.
So if Philly can beat Washington in regulation, and Detroit loses and Pittsburgh loses, so a few things have to happen, then Washington would make the playoffs on the 4th tiebreaker. Not regulation wins, not regulation overtime wins, not head-to-head. They make it on goal differential, where they're minus 30. It would be the best thing of all time. So what I want tonight is a 3-3 game with 5 minutes left, and John Tortorella having to pull the Philly goalie because they have to win it in regulation, while Pittsburgh and Detroit are watching their playoff hopes maybe go out the window when Washington gets a tied game empty netter. Like, this is what I'm hoping for, where it's just like craziness. And given that all these teams have 89 points, it's what you deserve. Like, you haven't played well enough to be comfortable. But I think this Charlie Lindgren has been incredible the last 2 months of the season. So I do think Washington gets it done. And if they don't, I think Detroit beats Montreal. So I think even if Philly wins, I don't think they make it.
MJ, as always, buddy, we appreciate it, man. Thanks for the time.
All right, boys. I'm going to go back to the beach, and you guys have a great day.
Oh, what a life this guy. What a life this guy's living. I love how he said he's going back to the beach. Has he already been there today? It's so early in the morning. I mean, that would be that'd be something.
Light workout, that type of thing. I do like the goal differential, the side of it. I'm fully in on that. Give me that.
Well, we'll see how this whole thing sorts itself out. But, I like Mike's theory of going for that chaos in the final wild card spot.
Especially when it's away from you in the other conference, right? I mean, this doesn't affect the Oilers at all. You can just sit back and put the tongue in the cheek. And
oh, my God. Congratulations. You've made the playoffs on the 4th or 5th tiebreaker. And also, you've just been eliminated in 5 by the Rangers.
Yeah. I mean, the President's Trophy.
They're
in a goal away from 50 now.
Come back at me if this does happen, but there's no Florida Panthers run coming here for Washington or Detroit or Pittsburgh or Philly. I mean, it's not happening.
100 assists in a season.
Yeah. No, I don't. I said 12 seasons. If
but I mean,
okay,
this,
all
you know
right.
what I mean? It's
Yeah.
we don't know until we get there. I mean, who's to say?
If McDavid ends up with 12 100 assist seasons, I'm going to give somebody $1 million.
I'm here for a Flyers run.
I'm not. I do not need.
They not just get it, but they go on a bit of a run.
No, I do not need conference final torts with that Flyers roster. I just no thank you. I don't want the Tortorella leads Flyers on remarkable run. I don't need it. We don't need it. The playoffs this year should be good enough. You don't need the additional torch drama.
Couturier watches on.
780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. If you would like to chime in this morning, you can do that on anything that Mike discussed. And it's the Holloway conversation. I know there's people who are like very passionate about he has to be in the line. I would put a little asterisk on it because, and you know, show your work, show your homework on this if you view it in a different fashion. 25 minutes away from the EST Flyway to Vegas. Let's hammer the thumbs up. If you're watching on YouTube right now, we would appreciate it. Doesn't cost you a penny. Takes 1 second. See that little thumb up on your screen? Hammer that thumbs up right now. Closing in on 250. Let's take that bad boy to 300 here by 7:30. Put ourselves on that nice, juicy 600 pace.
Yeah.
And Holloway goal song coming up. We bang that bad boy up. It's also Tombstone Tuesday, so we'll have that little bit of Creed Tombstone remix here at some point.
It'd be like
Jam-packed
scoring
show.
9 goals through 2 periods and having the third to just
cruise control. Cruise control.
Roll the lines.
So I will give it to you. Holloway looks great on the third line right now.
Mm-hmm.
If he was to start in the playoffs, assuming Kane and Henrique, by the way, shout out to Henrique for just getting an opportunity last night, taking advantage of it.
Yeah.
Thought he was good.
Options.
You can kind of move him around the lineup.
Options,
I think you kind of know what you'll get. So that's nice come playoff time as well. But come playoff time, for everybody who's saying, well, Holloway's got to be in over Janmark, then that means Holloway's going to be on the fourth line. And you haven't seen Holloway since he got called back up on the fourth line, and you don't necessarily know how it's going to work on the fourth line. So Holloway still may be best served as your top forward to go in the top 9 if something doesn't work or if you know somebody gets hurt. He's proven that. I think you probably get a different Holloway experience just due to lack of opportunity if he's rolling on the fourth line. I'm okay with it. I'm trying to figure out a way that it actually happens, I guess. And I just don't see Knobloch starting the playoffs with Holloway on the fourth line, which he hasn't played in since he came back up. And if the top 9's healthy, I mean, the top 9 forwards would deserve to play ahead of Dylan Holloway. They've been relatively good so far this season. So,
but we have to keep remembering, even if you are firmly in the Holloway camp, that these are good options and a good issue for
it's
this club to
exciting.
have. And the way he's playing heading into this push is very encouraging.
I didn't think we'd even be having this conversation heading into the playoffs. I thought it'd be like, well, you never know with Holloway. We'll see how it goes. But he's come up and he's played well enough that your calls for him to be in the lineup are very much justified. But this is a situation that many of you Oilers fans here in Edmonton just haven't seen in a long time, where it's like they actually have a really good forward group right now. As good as Holloway is playing, he'll probably be scratched for the first game of the playoffs. And this team has really good depth because Dylan Holloway is one of the guys who's like trying to fight to get into the lineup, even though he's been playing well as of late. So the things he's doing outside of the production are the reasons that you could possibly justify putting him in on the third line. This would be the one area where I think I'd have Knobloch's back on Holloway not being in there. And it's early in a playoff series. What if he did make a mistake with the puck? Like Matthias Janmark, like that fourth line, I know there's nothing special about it.
Yeah, but steady Eddie.
But
hey,
they're not. I would worry that, you know, he gets a little overzealous, accidentally throws one up the middle, and gets picked off. I think you roll with the veteran fourth line group to get started. If their top 9's healthy, that's what you will roll with. And then Dylan Holloway has done everything he can to show that he's ready to go. And that's fine. It's not a negative. It's not like, I wonder if they were to lose game one, whether it be to Vegas or the Kings, if they were to lose game one, there'd be people being like, it's blasphemous that Holloway's not in the lineup, and you only lost that game because Holloway wasn't in the lineup. And that's not going to be the case. They're not going to lose games just because they don't have Dylan Holloway. But Holloway has put himself into a very good conversation right now, which I think you have to be very impressed with.
Yes, Strummy says Holloway can be a ball of energy on any line. The offense, though, is a different story, and I think that would be in terms of him getting the looks required on that fourth line. But yeah, the energy's there. It's just putting him in places where you want to get the most out of him.
What say you? 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. The loser is in and says options are key. Yes, they are. As he says, the fact that we can change from speed with Holloway and then the next game go to big and mean with Carrick is huge for the playoffs. You do have those other options. I mean, Derek Ryan's a different player than Carrick. But they're both effective in what they do when they are in the lineup. Connor Brown has been playing better as of late. I don't think you're taking him out of the lineup. And then, Matthias Janmark is a reliable National Hockey League player, which you need to have on championship teams. So I think that's how they start. And if there's struggles on the fourth line or the team needs some sort of spark, you've got this young kid with a ton of energy who plays the game in that way and has had some production since he came back up, which once again is a major positive. Guys, I really want to see what type of game Holloway has to offer come playoff time. He's big, he's fast, he can shoot, and he said he's been working on puck shielding down in the American Hockey League. And you'll probably get that opportunity, as MJ said. If they go 2-3 rounds, Holloway will probably end up playing playoff games. And at this point, what he has done is he has given you a pretty good jolt of confidence in his game to be able to do that. 780-218-9999, Paris Jewelers inbox, or hit us up over in the nasty chat this morning as well. While you're there over on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up. And if you're listening on TuneIn and iHeart or EdmontonSportsTalk.com and you want to open up another window on your phone or a window on your browser and go click the thumbs up as well, we would appreciate that. We are going to give you a chance to qualify for a trip to Vegas coming up here in about less than 20 minutes right now. We've got confessions on the other side of 7:30 here today. What do you need to confess? What do you need to get off your chest? Let's go. 780-218-9999. Vegas keyword, and I says pardon. And more on this Holloway conversation if you'd like to continue the chat. You can do that as well. Let's get to your cool bet hotline of the day today. As look, man, I'm just going to go straight to the association. I'm going to go straight to the love, but LeBron James Lakers plus 102 as a dog. It's a line that's moved since last night against the Lakers. They've beaten the Pelicans by 23 times this season, including on Sunday. The fact that they're an underdog in this game, I think, is just insane value.
It's that New Orleans home court, hey? That's the
that court does suck. I hate watching games on that stupid
daunting
court.
To go play there.
But here we are. I'll be watching it again tonight. So I'm going to make this call, and then I'm on vacation for like the next 6 shows. So it doesn't even matter if it doesn't hit because I can't.
You get a little greasy now.
LeBron James delivers tonight. You can make money off it at Cool Bet. Plus 102 Lakers on the road in the play-in game to take the 7 seed in the West. Lakers plus 102.
Tonight's play, the King and You. A little graphic up there.
Let's roll. Lakers plus 102. And if they do win as an underdog, I will gladly zoom in with you guys tomorrow. I'll connect. Send me the link, and I'll hop on with you guys to recap that game. That'll be a fun one. All right, let's get to a sports update. Confessions for Spectrum Rental on the other side here this morning. We get to more of your goal songs. I know we usually hit them like 6 o'clock hour, 8 o'clock hour. We got to fit some in. Holloway goal song coming up here in the second half of the 8 o'clock hour, and we'll hit that Bouchard goal song as well if we can creep up towards 400 likes just before 8 o'clock. Let's find out everything that happened in the world of sports last night with LT.
And early this morning, Dusty, as Elliot Friedman reports that Buffalo are making a coaching change. Don Granato out this morning, as well as an assistant and a video coach. Oilers 9-2 over the Sharks last night down at Rogers Place. Connor McDavid reaching 100 assists on the season. Dylan Holloway, a goal in his first 3-point game of his career. Oilers down in Arizona tomorrow and will finish the regular season in Colorado Thursday. Last night, the Kings dropping one to the Wild 3-1, while out east it was the Penguins, Capitals, and Red Wings all picking up wins to keep pace in the wild card chase. The Islanders, they locked down a playoff spot with a 4-1 victory over the Devils. Chris Bassett tossing 6 strong innings as the Jays improved to 9-8 with a 3-1 victory over the Yankees, opening a 3-game home set. The series continues later this evening. Toronto will send Yusei Kikuchi to the mound. First pitch 5:07. NBA play-ins tonight, a pair of games as the Lakers visit the Pelicans, while the Kings are at home to the Warriors. Tomorrow night it'll be the Heat on the road in Philly, while the Bulls are at home to Atlanta. Back over to hockey, Game 3 of the AJHL Finals will shift to Calgary tonight. The Canucks hold down a 2-0 series lead over the Whitecourt Wolverines. Sports Update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, who is already ruling himself out for the Sabres' vacant coaching job.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button. Thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki in a tuxedo t-shirt because it says, like, he wants to be formal, but he's also here to party too.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
We found out not long ago. Whoa. This kid is ready to be in the show. Whoa. Holloway go. Holloway go. He can dangle hands so sick. Whoa. Back of the net right off his stick. Holloway go. Holloway go. Holloway go. Holloway
go. Here's a beautiful center pass, one-timer score. And there's Holloway, set up by McDavid.
We found out not long ago. Whoa. This kid is ready to be in the show.
Holloway goal song for you, 7:33 on the Nielson Show. Goal songs brought to you by Sportball. Get your kids started in a stress-free sports environment at a young age. Roll them out there, little toddlers running around. It's cute. It's cute. www.sportball.ca for more information. They got all their summer programs as well. Go check out what they have available for you if you're looking to plan on putting your kids in some good summer programs. www.sportball.ca. These are always big days for Sportball. Hey, we got 4 goal songs to hit as we work our way through the show today. Big day for Sportball.
Sportballin'.
No doubt about it. 780-218-9999. Vegas keyword coming up here in about 12 minutes. I says pardon on the way around 7:45 this morning. If you're watching on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up. If you're listening on TuneIn, on iHeart, or at EdmontonSportsTalk.com, you know you can text us in the Paris Jewelers inbox. The Nielsen Show coming at you this morning from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio. They got the new loaded buffalo poutine, which is insane, and the buffalo chicken wraps. Crispy, breaded chicken in a wrap with buffalo sauce. Terrific. You're going to love it. Buffalo chicken wrap available at Popeyes. The reviews are in, and it's terrific. All right, let's get to your confessions. What do you got? Hit us up. 780-218-9999. We'll give you our confessions as well. Brought to you by Spectrum Rental, where they confess to helping make their clients' yards beautiful. Book an aerator, power rake, long vacuum, or rototiller. Book them now and have your yard the envy of the neighborhood.
I might have to take all of those things down on the list and
you're gonna get all 4 and go for a go.
Why not? Get the whole the package deal, I guess you could say. Neil's got a long one in here.
I'm just gonna quickly guess the order you would use these in.
Same again.
So an aerator,
Yeah.
power rake,
Yeah.
lawn vacuum, rototiller.
Ooh.
So I would say you vacuum the lawn first, clean up all the leaves and debris from the winter. Then you power rake it.
Okay.
Then you rototiller it. And then you aerate it. I feel like the aerator. I'll be honest with you.
I think the rototiller needs to.
This is my confession. I really don't know what a rototiller is. So I'm not sure where you would use it and how you would use it.
More for the garden, I would think.
Oh, is that like to loosen up the dirt?
I want you to rototill your lawn.
I don't think that would go over well.
It's used for loosening up soil, which I didn't know either.
You and me, Zacticum. 42-year-old Dusty, 20-year-old Zacticum. We're still learning. Oh, so the rototiller would be in the garden loosening up the soil. Oh, so you definitely want to do that on your yard. That's no good.
No. Unless you're digging it all up.
So then I'd say
you
lawn vacuum, power rake, aerator, and then you use that rototiller over in the yard. That makes sense. Sorry about that with the rototiller there. I wasn't aware. I have never rototilled in my life. Well, my wife handles the garden. It's not very big, and her and the kids just use little things.
You don't even need a rototiller.
No,
I'm sure.
no. Our garden's very small.
Sized.
And it generates about 100 small little tomatoes and so lots of lettuce.
That's okay.
Lots of lettuce last year and some little carrots.
You'd have enough to set up a table at some sort of farmer's market, I would say. Hey, Nielson
we
family.
Can do small table
bagged vegetables
one Saturday morning at a farmer's market.
Random.
Yeah.
Any carrots? Oh, look, is that a green?
There's a carrot over there. Confessions brought to you by Spectrum Rental, where they confess to helping make their clients' yards beautiful. Book an aerator, power rake, lawn vacuum, or rototiller now, and have your yard the envy of the neighborhood. Just don't take the rototiller to the yard. That's a bad idea.
And then Gordo says lawn vac after the power rake. So
what?
Stick that in your pipe and
Man, I was way off.
Well,
I was way off of this.
I don't think you had the first. What was the first one? I think
Whatever.
you had that right.
I mean, I'm not going to do any of it anyway. So
I think your first step was contact Spectrum Rental. You had that,
well, exactly.
You had
They'll
that
look
bang
after
on.
you.
You had that bang on.
Yeah, they'll look after you. All right, what do we got for confessions today?
Well, I confess that I own 4 gardens. I've yet to rototill either of them.
What?
They're just the small garden boxes.
Well, you should rototill.
The machine. I don't
The
think
team
the
at
machine.
Spectrum will just drop one off for you.
That could be it.
Is the rototiller a power machine or is it? Whoa!
It's big. You can get bigger ones.
Oh, wow.
And smaller ones, I think. But
okay, that's pretty big.
Yeah, I'm still collecting rocks, so we
Yeah.
can just move on. I wasn't a bad boy this past week or anything.
My confession is it's a quick one. It goes back to U9 full ice hockey last night. Like I want Marshall to score goals. Like I still want him to become like power forward, 6'6" center type of thing. Vinny LeCavalier on steroids or something. But I hate defense. I hate playing defense. I don't like doing it. But my confession is I kind of like watching my son play defense. He's very defensively responsible for a 9-year-old.
That's
like he pinched up a couple of times, and as soon as he realized that it wasn't going to lead to like a goal or a play for him, hustled right back to the blue line. I'm very proud watching my son play defense. That's my confession.
That's instinct there.
I thought it was always like the moment Marshall starts to show any sort of tendencies to be a defenseman, I take him out of hockey. That's it. You're done. Hockey is for goaltending or scoring goals. It's not for defense. But now I'm like, I think at some point I'm going to put him in a strutty D-man camp. Like it's just, I don't know. It's very. I'm really fighting it right now. But my confession is like it's starting to tear me a little bit.
Once he learns how to use that ass, eh?
His meat cheeks. That's
Look
what
out.
we call them.
Okay, so
start using those meat cheeks on people. It's funny because he'll be like skating backwards, and he gets back and he turns and he tries to do plays. But sometimes I'll see him kind of lean over, and I'm like, he's gonna blow this kid up. Yeah. Which I mean, he very much could.
Catching him.
Yeah, he very much could.
Confessions are flying in here.
All right, let's
Jess
get to 'em.
Jackson.
Okay.
I confess I thought power raking was just raking the lawn very vigorously. I very proudly told my husband I power raked the lawn today, to which he replied, no, you didn't. We don't have one. Should have gone to Spectrum Rental, I guess. Jess Jackson. A delightful slice of life there. From
That's good, Jess. That's That's it, man. That's a good one too.
Good,
Jeez,
honest
yes.
Dan.
Well done.
Dan's not letting you have that one, eh? You could just say, yes, you did. Looks great.
John T, he should have said that,
I mean,
right?
you know,
Like,
let her have that.
it's cute.
No, you
It's
didn't.
cute.
We don't own one.
I mean,
Oh.
I can't mock Jess because I didn't know that you don't rototill your yard. So that's my bad. John T's in and says, confession, guys, back in November when the poll question was, would the Oilers make the playoffs? I was a no. My bad, John T and Victoria. Hey, you weren't the only one, man. A lot of people were talking about that. A lot of people were saying, I don't know. We'll see. Tommy wrote them off. Remember in November? Tommy's like, this team is done.
Look, a lot of us were saying, yeah, it was a while back, eh?
Guys, confession, I'm not a beer guy, but I sure enjoyed my 6 o'clocker lager beer battered fish last night. I also enjoyed taking a swig before and then crushing the last bit after making the batter. Nice work, gents. How about that? Using the 6 o'clocker lager for cooking.
Love it.
We're not messing around. Like many of you might not have seen it. We only talked about it once last week. But the 6 o'clock, actually we tweeted about it. I don't know if we talked about it on the show because we didn't find out till after. But the 6 o'clocker lager, since launching in late November, has become the number one Alberta craft beer selling. The number one selling craft beer coming out of Alberta at Sobeys and Safeway Liquors. Number one, which is incredible. So, like, not only do we make a beer and it hung around, it's killing it because it's absolutely delicious. And as it was revealed last week, starting on the 18th, so in 2 days, the 6 o'clocker lager for the entire playoffs is going to be on special, $12.99 from our partners at Alley Cat and Sobeys and Safeway Liquor. Like, you roll in some of these places, it's like $20 for a 4-pack. 6 o'clocker lager, which is the number one selling Alberta craft beer at all Sobeys and Safeway Liquor locations, is going to be $12.99 for the playoffs. So it's going to be insane. But huge shout out to all of you watching and listening and following our socials with all of the great craft beers that Alberta has produced over a long time. And some of them are my absolute favorite beers of all
lots
time.
with unique flavors and all this stuff, right? But this is just
it's just a straight up lager.
down the fairway.
And it's become the number one selling Alberta craft beer at all of Sobeys and Safeway Liquors. And I got to look at some of the numbers, and I'll just tell you, like, since it's not even close. Like, it's killing it right now.
It's Oilers Sharks game.
We haven't even got to playoffs, and we haven't even really got to beer drinking season. So 6 o'clocker lager, we're not just being like, oh, try our beer. It's absolutely delicious. You're gonna love it, and it's gonna be on sale for the playoffs, which is great. So Anthony, good to know that you can cook with it as well. I had no idea. That's pretty good.
Fish on.
780-218-9999.
Yeah, this confession, unsigned. It's painful listening to how little Dusty knows about tools and doing things around the house. And that's coming from someone who doesn't feel handy.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't rototill.
Anonymous text, though.
What am I supposed to do?
Well, hey.
I have a lawnmower.
Well, you don't need to rototill. You've proven that.
What am I supposed to rototill? There's nothing to rototill. If I wanted a rototiller, I can get one at Spectrum Rental.
You don't have a grain auger in your backyard either. You don't need one, eh?
DK Sparks is in today and says, my liver, when you just said that 6 o'clocker lager is on sale for the playoffs. No.
Well, strap in.
That's pretty good, actually. I like that one. DK Sparks. Could be text of the day. Anytime you can use these Tombstone references on a Tombstone Tuesday, it very much works. Keep those confessions rolling in. 780-218-9999. 780 218-9999. Atif, go ahead. You can. I already did my Atif today.
I got a confession. I'm not proud of it, but I dumped popcorn on a person's head at the movies years ago because he won't put his phone away. He got kicked out. I didn't. Sucker.
Atif, you already told us that story.
I know.
Atif, we know that story already.
It's his.
Atif with that story.
I'm your huckleberry.
Atif bringing his exact same story to confessions.
You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
That's a good one.
Track down the original here. Right?
That's good. This text is, and it says, Dusty, can we order kegs of the 6 o'clocker lager? Yes, you can. just go to Alley Cat. Just go to Alley Cat, and they can help you out with that. We got a bunch of people have it on tap and stuff. So yes, you can order kegs of the 6 o'clocker lager. Guys, that text about Dusty knowing nothing about tools came from his wife. It's not like she married me and didn't know about this already.
She didn't marry you for your...
When we were dating, and then the year we were engaged, I was living in like apartments, so I never had a yard. So I guess she didn't really know how unhandy I was until we got married. So
and by that time,
Tam, if you're watching this morning, gotcha. I tricked you.
As the Tief would say, sucker.
I'm barely a man. All right, there you go. Those are your confessions for Spectrum Rental. Go check. You got to go. I mean, these guys are great. They're great guys. Like we said, we like to do business with good guys, and Spectrum Rental is certainly one of them. And when you're sending in hilarious confession liners every single week, you know they're a part of the bit, which is great. All right, speaking of great, let's do this. Vegas keyword for the EST flyaway down to Vegas. Four times per day. 4 times per day you can qualify here. Hang out. Lock shop, 2 guys today. 2 nonstop flights, 3 nights accommodations, tickets to a Cirque show. Presented by FlyYG and the LVCVA. Nonstop flights to over 50 destinations. Your sports trip starts with a nonstop flight from FlyYEG. www.flyyeg.com. If you're watching on YouTube and you want the keyword right now, give us a thumbs up. Closing in on 400 here before 8 o'clock. Hammer that thumbs up. Doesn't cost you a cent and makes a big difference for us. Pushes, we see it. We see it when the likes are up, the number for views after the show goes up. It's great. Pushing it out. The algorithm. Whoever created the algorithm, not even on YouTube, just the algorithm in general.
I believe it was
great move, man.
Harold Algorithm.
Is that who it was? I thought it was the guys from the Facebook movie on the window in Zuckerberg's room.
Yeah.
I always thought that. I was like, oh, so that's where the algorithm came from. Pretty impressive.
Those college campuses, though?
Yeah. Here's your keyword. You text us to 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. I mean, is this the hardest one to spell so far? Maybe not. I mean, what do you think? What do you think? You think people are going to spell that one right?
Well, it'll make you work a bit. Better than an acronym, I'll say that.
That's
it
a
has
good
something
point.
to do
Yeah.
with the place. I mean, it's
Today's keyword is Excalibur, as in the Excalibur Hotel, which I stayed at once, and they had a great nacho place in the casino. It was good. Excalibur. 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 Excalibur is your keyword today. Text that to 780-218-9999. Excalibur, when we were walking over to that NFL Super Bowl Fan Fest thing.
Yes.
Remember they had the long escalator walkway thing? Remember how long that was?
Yes.
Do you remember that? That was like the longest, what is it, a pedway? What do you call
like
that thing?
the airport there when you...
It's like an airport. It's like a flat
pedway,
escalator.
yeah.
It's a flat escalator. Whatever that would be. They've got like the longest flat escalator I've ever seen in my life. Excalibur is your keyword today. EXCALIBUR. Text Excalibur to 780-218-9999. You know, if my wife did text into the show, what do you think her handle would be? I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. The wife. Hey, what would the handle be? I don't know.
Yeah.
Any suggestions?
Dustin's
there?
wife, yeah. All caps.
Disappointed woman. Oh, this text comes in from disappointed woman.
Or maybe it's just like Paul. Hey, like she really wants to, like, you know.
Whistle Dog is in on the Nasty Chat. Says, guys, iHeart listener here, but I had to pop on the stream to give a thumbs up. Congrats on the lager sales. And I'm looking forward to the birdie juice. Yes, and we're all looking forward to the birdie juice. Strathcona Spirits teaming up. Belineski put together like 8 different possible labels.
Well, he got together with the AI.
On the AI. I dabbled in AI. I signed up for an account to ChatGPT the other night. There's another confession for you. Ooh-wee. It's cool. You can type things in, and it's almost like having a conversation with somebody. So it's been pretty fun. I haven't got anything accomplished yet, but It's cool to have a friend in the basement.
You got a friend. You signed up and you got a friend.
Yeah, I said to I
free.
hopped on ChatGPT. Let's just play this game right now. I'm gonna go to ChatGPT right now because I have an account. And
say good morning and remember treat it nice.
Let me see. Let's test this Chat GPI or GPT today. Write a poem about the Edmonton Oilers beating the San Jose Sharks. Let's see what comes up. Let's see if they come up with a poem here. Oh, it's taking a little while. Oh, AI is not very smart today. Man, this is slower than it's ever been. Okay, there we go. Oh, look at this. Unbelievable. Just like that, they banged it out. Here, listen to this. Here's the poem. I think I can play it. Man, AI is slow this morning.
Well,
pretty
say good morning.
A battle brewed, where ice and skill would decide fortitude. In Edmonton's domain, the Oilers stood tall, their dreams ablaze, their spirit never small. Against the Sharks of San Jose, they faced, with sticks in hand, their determination traced. Skating with purpose, each player did strive to conquer the challenge and keep hope alive.
That's a good one.
The puck flew fast, with precision and might, in the clash of titans under stadium's light. Oilers danced on ice, a graceful ballet, their unity shining, their hearts in the fray.
Their hearts in the fray. Not bad. Not bad, Chat GPT.
Under those stadium lights.
Man. How about that?
Rogers Stadium rocking.
That's a first for the show.
No mention of Cooley either. It kind of
none.
Would have thought.
I don't even think ChatGPT knows the rosters.
Would have thought it ended at life is pointless. We're all going to die. You know?
All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. The general's in and says, Rototiller Tammy. It's an absolute no-brainer. That's a pretty good handle, too. I like that handle. All right, let's get to I Says Pardon. I Says Pardon. I mean, the fact that we're playing AI poems on the spot on the show today is a pretty big I Says Pardon. Clean slate and an affordable rate. If you're looking for a pardon, they've got you covered. But Lawyer Central does everything else that you need help with, too. www.lawyer-central.com/pardons if you're looking for the pardon, or just www.lawyer-central.com. 1-888-881-77. 1-888-288-8177. Okay, so my original I Says Pardon, I got two, I guess, today. My original one was going to be WNBA draft was last night.
Yes.
Caitlin Clark, first overall.
Yes.
And you see Caitlin Clark's salary?
Oh, no.
I
saw who she embraced first overall, and it was the guy from State Farm or whatever it was. Hey, yeah.
I didn't see that part.
She walked past her, didn't acknowledge parents or whatever, straight to the State Farm guy.
It's a State Farm guy.
State Farm guy. I don't know, some guy.
Well, good. I hope she has a deal with State Farm.
I think that may be a
because, like, the WNBA, I think her first year salary is going to be like $75,000 US. This is the most talented women's basketball player in college basketball history, in which more eyes were on her basketball games in the Madness than any March Madness game, any NBA game, any college football game with the exception of Ohio State, Michigan, I think it was. And she's going to roll in the WNBA and make $75,000 a year? I says, pardon? Like hopefully she's the one who eventually pushes these salaries up.
Well,
because that's insane. Now she should make, she's going to make millions off of advertisements,
that's
right?
The hug to Jake from State Farm, I think, goes into all that.
But still, $75,000 for Caitlin Clark, one of the biggest buzz athletes in the United States right now. And hopefully she makes 10 to 20 mil in this advertising, this sponsorship deal.
Well, it breaks down here at 2024, 76,535, 25, 78,000, 85,000, 26, then 97 in the option year of 27. But that's why the hug to Jake from State Farm. He's got the money. It's not necessarily the club or the league. It'll be the offshoot things, right? And marketing herself and hopefully getting that attention on the league so the league can pay their stars more money.
I hope it gets to a point where we're talking about Caitlin Clark signs 4-year deal after her rookie deal, and she gets $2.2 million per year.
Yeah,
but something like that would be great, considering how many people were watching her in the Madness. I know. I
Getting
saw
that
that
money
last
from the
night. I was like,
viewership,
I says,
though,
pardon?
it's-
What's
yeah.
going on here? Like 16 million people watched her play basketball last week. More people watched her than watched Jokic and the Denver Nuggets in the NBA final.
But the money, Lebowski.
Yeah, it's all about the money,
The
Lebowski.
money.
The
But
other,
that'll- that'll come.
yeah,
You know, she's paving the way, I guess you could argue. And
I got another ISIS pardon, but let's. Do we have a qualifier? Let's quickly go to the qualifier.
Yes,
this
sir,
morning.
we
Who
do.
we got,
Yeah.
Zacticum?
We got Tony.
All right, Tony.
Tony.
Let's go to Tony.
Put your
Tony.
hand backwards.
Congratulations, Tony. Tony, congratulations, man. You're on the way to well, you're closer. You're one step closer to being on a free trip to Vegas.
I'll be a Huckleberry.
Oh, yeah, you'll be our Huckleberry for sure. Who would you bring with you?
I'd probably bring the wife.
Oh, that's nice. All right, Tony. Well, hey, let us know if you need some sandwiches, Tony. We've got sandwiches ready, all right? Best of luck.
All right, thank you.
There you go. Do you think Tony got the Seinfeld bit?
Probably not.
I don't know.
But I like the...
You got the Tombstone
The
reference.
Huckleberry was nice.
Huckleberry
Yeah,
was
I'll give
good.
him points for that. Yeah.
He'll be our Huckleberry. Did anybody else get the Tony reference from Seinfeld?
Tony.
Tony. What a good episode that was. Tony.
The sandwiches.
That was good. Okay, here's my other I says pardon. I just want to get to. I've been seeing it a little bit. Surveyor Brett message chat. Step off, Tony. Strummy says, with $75K, she could comfortably attend an Oilers game by herself.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Meal
true.
for one.
Okay, so here's the other thing. You know, we were talking about at MJ. It was pretty funny when we asked MJ, Vegas and the Kings, who do they want? Do they want the Oilers and the Stars? And it took him a little while, but he said, they probably want to play the Stars instead of the Edmonton.
Well,
Oilers.
does it matter which opposition as well in terms of the Kings and the Golden Knights in terms of how they're built? Would their wants be different as well to kind of match?
Yeah, I don't know.
Here's
my I says pardon though. I saw it earlier today in the Nasty Chat. I've seen it in the inbox. People still being scared of the Vegas Golden Knights. You know, like the Oilers are a very, 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 very good hockey team. I think you need to stop being scared of the Vegas Golden Knights and start thinking that maybe the Vegas Golden Knights should be scared of the Edmonton Oilers. If you would have started the season when the Oilers turned their season around, they're the best team in the National Hockey League. The Vegas Golden Knights aren't in the playoffs. Like the Golden Knights, outside of their 11-0-2 start, are a non-playoff team. And yeah, they're getting healthy. I get it. I understand it. But Oilers fans need to stop being scared of the Vegas Golden Knights. Do you win the series? I'd say 8 times out of 10 times, I think they beat the Golden Knights this year. But you have to realize how good of team you're cheering for now. The Edmonton Oilers are legitimately, and the numbers back it up, the best team in the National Hockey League since their current head coach took over. The best. Not one of the best. The best. The Golden Knights have lost more games than they've won since Knobloch took over the Oilers. Like the Golden Knights, and look, if they meet in the first round and the Golden Knights walk all over the Oilers, I'll come on the show the moment after the Oilers are eliminated and say I'm an idiot. I should have seen this coming. But I don't think you should be, be slightly concerned about the Golden Knights. Of course.
Yeah, concerned.
Of course. You're not going to walk all over them. It's going to be a great series. But I don't think the best team in the National Hockey League over the last 4.5 months should be like super scared of anybody else, really. And I still see people like, oh, give me the Kings. Don't want to touch the Golden Knights. No? Whatever. I would say Golden Knights, whatever.
Spency 5 cents, he's still scared of the Avs.
You could be scared of the Avs. The Jets just pumped them 7-0 in a game that meant something because they're fighting for home ice in the first round. So I think everybody needs to start realizing, and as you know, people will say, a glass half full guy, right, Rick?
Yep.
Kind of have been.
Yep.
But I would not put myself in the top 5 homers in this city as far as people you can consume content from with this team. I'll call a spade with these guys. But they're a really, really, really good hockey team that you should have the utmost faith in and not be scared of a Golden Knights team that's been meh for 4.5 months. And they have lost more games than they've won since they won 11 of 13 to start the year. This is not a Golden Knights team that they're not going back to back. So you might as well knock them out in the first round. So I says pardon when I see people being like, I'm so scared of the Golden Knights. Calm down. Look how good the Oilers have been.
Concern.
Let's see how this plays out. Dusty, do you agree with Maddie that the Oilers win the cup if they beat Vegas? That's it from Library Pat, who's by the office picking up a little gift certificate earlier in the week. And no, I still don't agree with Maddie. Like, yeah, I think they can beat the Golden Knights. Does that mean they're going to win the Stanley Cup? No. I think Dallas poses a pretty good threat. I still don't want to disrespect the Vancouver Canucks, so there's another team that they could possibly have to go through. The East is going to roll some beast out in a Stanley Cup final as well. And whoever comes out of that other division, the conference final is going to be a very tough task.
Well, in an East that's not going to be as buzzsaw-ish as the West will be. You can get past the Golden Knights. They're going to give you a hell of a series. You can get past the Kings. They're going to give you a hell of a series. Like, all these teams will give you some series and leave you with a few scars and cuts along the way. And then you look in the East, and you can maybe argue those wild card teams aren't maybe where they're at in the West, but it's going to be a battle. And it doesn't really matter if you even get past the Golden Knights, say, in 5 in the opening round. It's going to be they're going to push you to some sort of physical limit.
What say you? Hey, if you believe in your hockey team, hammer the thumbs up right now on YouTube. Let's see where people are at. Let's hammer that thing. If you want to play kind of easy trivia today, I don't know. I just got fired up when I just think you're always so nervous about the team blowing it.
Well, because
that you're like, I don't want to play Vegas. I'm scared.
The DNA around this franchise for the past, decades have been, that of not being scared, but being I don't want to. This is you are the ones now. This is the team that everybody looks at and gets scared of. The tables have turned. H.E. Pennypacker says, "You got me fired up, Dusty. I've got You're the Best Karate Kid song in my head now."
You're the best around. Yeah,
but
exactly.
That little rant over top of that will be
real
played out in the
good.
locker room, right?
Real good. All right, if you want to play kind of easy trivia today, we got a gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. Go get yourself a delicious Mike burger. And, while you're there, a 6 o'clocker lager. That's a great idea. If you'd like to play today, text Zacticum, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, and one of you will play. This text is great. Comes from a 403 number, so I hope it's not a dirty Calgarian. But still, every other team doesn't want to play the Oilers.
Yeah.
That's fine to look at it that way. It is fine to look at it that way. Dudley just sent in a tombstone poem from ChatGPT. I might have to read that one later on. That's a pretty good idea, Dudley. Pretty good idea. All right, let's get to a sports update. If you're looking for work, and many of you might be, if you're looking for work or you want to make a ton of money fast or start a new career, Claiborne Services is looking for you. Rick's got more details on that coming up. 3 questions too many, kind of easy trivia. Joaquin Gage in hour number 3, and the Zacticum Practicum review live right here on the Nielson Show.
Well, some news from earlier today. The Buffalo Sabres firing head coach Don Granato along with assistant Jason Christie and video coordinator Matt Smith. The Sabres will be missing the postseason for the 13th straight season. Oilers with a 9-2 undressing of the San Jose Sharks down at Rogers Place last night. Connor McDavid hitting the 100 assist mark on the season. Dylan Holloway, he had a goal. His first 3-point game of his career. Oilers round out the regular season schedule with a pair beginning tomorrow in Arizona and wrapping up Thursday down in Colorado. Kings last night, they dropped one of the Wild 3-1, while out east, Penguins, Capitals, Red Wings all picking up wins to keep pace in that wild card chase. The Islanders locking down a playoff spot with a 4-1 victory over the Devils. Chris Bassett tossed 6 strong innings as the Jays improved to 9-8 with a 3-1 victory over the Yankees to open a 3-game home set. That series continues later this evening. Toronto sending Yusei Kikuchi to the mound. First pitch 5:07. NBA play-ins tonight, a pair of games. The Pelicans host the Lakers. The Warriors visit the Kings. Tomorrow it'll be a pair of Eastern affairs as the 76ers host Miami, while Atlanta visit the Chicago Bulls. And back over to hockey, Game 3 of the AJHL Finals. Tonight from Calgary, It's the Canucks holding a 2-0 series lead over the Whitecourt Wolverines. Sports update for Claiborne Services. Take your career to the next level with Claiborne Services. They're hiring all positions, including journeyman bricklayers and apprentices of all levels. Take advantage of their outstanding mentorship program and work with peace of mind knowing they are an industry leader in safety. For more, visit www.claiborneservices.com or make it easy and give Jeff a call at 780-910-6728.
I'm your huckleberry.
How dude.
I'm your huckleberry.
How dude.
Skin that smoke wagon and see what happens.
No!
That is a hell of a thing for you to say to me.
You tell him I'm coming, and hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Oh, worlds collide. Worlds collide right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. A little Creed / Tombstone remix on the Nielson Show this morning. That's pretty good, isn't it? We were coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio today. Buffalo Chicken Wrap just dropped. They got the Buffalo Poutine available now over at all of your Popeyes locations. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. If you're listening on iHeart or on TuneIn, please tell your friends how easy it is to consume our content on your device. Hop in the car, Bluetooth it to the vehicle, static-free, entertaining sports talk every single morning right here with the Nielson Show. Gage is going to pop by in a little bit. We'll get his thoughts on the Edmonton Oilers and how bad did he feel for Cooley last night. And they scored that 8th one. I was just like, oh, my God, this poor kid.
Gage,
get him out of there.
Related tales on that.
Get him out of there. RCN. I think he wants us to recap the first 2 hours of the show in 15 minutes. All I'll say is just scroll back and watch it at like 3 speed or whatever.
I like that.
It'd be pretty funny, I think. I think you'd like that one. All right, let's play a little kind of easy trivia this morning. Zacticum, who do we have playing today?
We got Derek on the line.
All right, Derek is going to play kind of easy trivia today, looking to get his hands on that gift certificate to Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual, the casualest place ever. 6 o'clocker lager in the house there at Mr. Mike's. Go visit them in the Hampton Inn on the corner of 137th Ave and Mark Messier Trail. Once again, great dudes over there at Mr. Mike's. Really nice guys. And if you like supporting nice guys, they're the ones to do it. Mr. Mike's Steakhouse Casual. All right, let's go to Derek. He needs 3 out of 5 correct today to win that gift certificate to Mr. Mike's and really not be a buzzkill today on the show. Real nice vibe around the show right now. Yeah. So let's go to Derek. Derek, no pressure, man, but we need you to get it done today, okay?
Kind of easy trivia. I want your blood and I want your soul.
Tombstone line. I like it. That's so good. Well done, sir. All right, here we go. I'll start the ticker as I read the first question. How many goals did the Oilers score last night?
9.
Which player hit 100 assists last night?
Connor McDavid.
Who leads the Oilers in goals this season?
Zachary Hyman.
Which league has play-in games tonight?
The National Basketball Association.
Which team won the NBA title last year?
Oh, gosh. I don't...
It doesn't matter. I didn't expect you to.
No! Oh, my God. Damn it, Shake, stop it!
They are going to remember that AM radio is a viable and modern source for news and entertainment.
Totally.
People don't listen to AM like they used to. Seems like it's more about FM and color TV.
That's stupid.
It sure is, Kevin.
I'm stoked. You stoked?
I'm stoked.
Just so stoked.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Clubby Loop and an excellent Tombstone quote. I also don't have like this. What am I wearing here? You're a daisy if you do.
Daisy if you do.
We don't have this clip really loaded in either.
I don't see a badge on you either.
No, I forgot the badge today. We got our guys representing here. Somebody said, so I've been watching the new Fallout. 2 episodes in. Never played the game, but I'm loving the show.
Yeah.
And Walton Goggins' character in there, the Ghoul. Have you watched it at all?
No.
Anyway, the Ghoul. Basically, Tam and I were looking online after, and they were laying out like all of his other characters and how it ties in. But he's basically like back from the dead Doc Holliday. Like that's how he comes across. It's almost how I wouldn't be surprised if he's like, I'm going to do 200 years after dying tuberculosis Doc Holliday. Like, it's awesome. It's really good. Goggins, all you need to do to have a successful show is just get Walton Goggins and let him cook. And that's it. And I think that's what they're doing with Fallout.
I can't wait for him to play Boban Marjanovic in the biopic.
That which would be great.
Hey, I mean, you won't be able to tell.
The chicken game. The chicken game. All right, 780-218, Paris Jewelers inbox. That is where you can chime in over there as well. Connor McDavid getting to 100 assists last night. But what else did he do? He scored a goal. Let's do it. Wrong song. There we go.
Connor McDavid.
Let me say yeah.
Remember that name.
McDavid off a turnover. Walks in. Has a step shot. Glove save. No, it slips behind Holtby. And that's McDavid's 30th. Finds McDavid. The net is empty. Shoots and scores, and this one's over.
Connor McDavid. Connor. McDavid. McDavid. Remember that name. Here is Connor McDavid. Connor McDavid. Smart move. Here is beautiful. Remember that name.
No. Connor has no limit. No. Connor has no limit.
Connor McDavid. Remember that name.
No limits when it comes to this guy. He's simply too fast. Think he can just fly. No limits, so why do you try? He'll score on his own, or he'll give it to dry.
Connor McDavid.
Fans in heaven, cause of 9 to 7. The nation in love from Gibbons to Devon. Looking to pass, eating men on the ass. Second contract, a lot of cash. Tick, tack, take your time. McDavid on your team and you'll be fine. Just open your eyes and you will see it. Oil it for real, cause he has no limit.
No. Connor has no limit. No. Connor has no limit.
Remember that name.
Remember that name. Connor McDavid has no limit. I mean, we knew it then. We know it now. 100 assists. No limit on this guy. Songs today and every day presented to you by our great partners over at Sportball, because kids love songs about goals and kids love Sportball. www.sportball. You know, a fact, I should do this because we said it's for the kids. Let's hit this one for the kids too.
Good play.
What a wonderful phrase. I'm McDavid. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna McDavid. Ain't no passing craze. You have no worries because of the way that he plays.
Yeah, say it, kid.
He's the next Gretzky from the draft lottery. Hakuna McDavid. Hakuna McDavid. You have no worries because of the way that he plays. He's the next Gretzky from the draft lottery. Hakuna McDavid.
Woo, Hakuna McDavid. You see, they're making a Mufasa movie, like the prequel.
Like the
they're
POV,
making Lion King prequel. How Mufasa became Mufasa
from cub to king.
Yeah, his little cub battles with Scar and all that stuff.
Oh, and then you get the Scar side story
I think that's
with
a
all
thing.
that as
Yeah,
well,
I think
too.
that's actually
Okay.
happening. I think that's the thing. All of our
I wonder
songs
if Timon and
brought to you by
Pumbaa
Sportball.
will factor in.
I don't think they would have been around yet,
I
but
guess
maybe
not,
like
eh?
their ancestors.
Yeah, that could be it, hey?
Who knows? That could be fun.
What's the bird's name? Zulu? Zoran?
What is the bird's name? Zazu.
Zazu. Yeah, Zazu.
What are you doing, Zazu?
Oh, my goodness. Rafiki. Yeah, that was
Rafiki.
the guy.
Oh, great, man.
yeah.
We watched Lion King a couple
cast.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
Still sad to me. All right. Joaquin, is Gager rolling around yet, Zacticum? All right. When Gager joins us, we'll bring in Joaquin Gage. Recap that game last night. But let's get into 3 questions too many for the great staff at Park Mazda. Lieutenant Eric, do you have a liner for the segment?
3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and their dealer principal, Mitch Lewicki, where he loves this time of year. And on that, he's excited to welcome in new sales associate, Don Granado. Park Mazda dealer.
Oh, yeah. This guy's always getting people jobs.
Yeah, he likes the garbage bag days, the Black Mondays, the whatever it is. He rubs his little mitts together and he goes, "Come on down to Park Mazda and sell you a car." That's what you do after an athletic career, right? You go into the insurance business, the car sale, and whatever.
If there's one thing that Mitch does well, it's take advantage of people when they're at their lowest of lows. I'm kidding, Mitch. Great staff out there at Park Mazda.
Mitch gets the jokes. Yuck it up with him. Go down there.
Well, I sure hope he does.
You'll know what we're talking about.
No, it's good. We've had some people who gone down, had great buying experience at Park Mazda, so we're not messing around. We're not going to send you to bad people. We've already said that 1,000 times. All right, do you have a Twitter account?
At Lieutenant_Eric, you can follow on Twitter. And, of course, at YEG Sports Talk, the Edmonton Sports Talk account as well. Give that a follow. You'll be up to date. Every little thing happening regarding EST.
Hammer that thumbs up. We're pushing up towards 500. Let's go. Let's keep moving along. Zacticum Practicum recap coming up live on the show at 8:40 today. I've got 10 categories that Zacticum will be
Only
judged
just.
on. 10 categories. Yes. We'll have to get a chair for Zacticum. We'll set up the mic. He'll sit in between us.
Real high stool.
And, 10 just awkwardly above us. We'll see how he does in these. They're all graded from 0 to 5, or there's an NA there. And NA would be not applicable, I guess.
Are there any just like personality questions? Like how would you
we
get
got a lot of stuff. I think
a chicken, a fox, and a
No.
corn cob
This is
across
not the
river?
Wonder Lake. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun, so that should be a pretty good time. All right, question number 1. Guys, arguing with my brother last night. I say it's a huge mistake if Holloway isn't in the lineup for Game 1. Which side do you take in this brotherly battle?
Like, I think we're using, again, terminology and words kind of.
Huge mistakes, taking it too
It's
far.
not a huge mistake.
Come on, you guys.
I mean, look, could it, is there an episode where that could become a huge mistake? I guess. But
it's not a huge mistake.
I don't think it'd be a huge mistake. It'd be what's the word I'm looking for? It would be an interesting decision. It would be an eyebrow raising. Oh, okay, this is where you want to take this thing. I think it's the safer option to not have him in there. And again, but it is an option. He provides you an option now coming off, to fill in that top 9, whomever may not be able to play due to injury or just lack of play. But no, it's not. What was the original word? Is it stupid?
Is it maniacal? What was it here? Let me bring it back up. A huge mistake.
Huge mistake. No, if you're writing your lineups for Game 1 of the playoffs and you got him in there, I'm fine with it. Show the work. Prove to me. Have a little. Yeah. Why you have him in there and why you have somebody else off.
So if they were to lose Game 1, how even if they lose Game 1, we don't even know who they're playing yet. It's gonna be the Kings
and
of
how does that Game 1?
But how does that lead to it being a huge mistake that Holloway's not in there? What's Matthias Janmark? 3 turnovers that led directly to goals. I mean, I just don't see a world where we're coming in the morning after Game 1, or you guys are coming in the morning after Game 1 and being like, "Oh, huge mistake."
You don't see it happening, but there certainly could be a world where that. But certainly everybody could make a mistake.
I think it's more of a conversation of having him in there at some point could help your lineup, whereas opposed to not having him in there hurts it. Like the Oilers lineup's probably still pretty darn good without Dylan Holloway. So interesting question, though. We'll get into it with Gager. Question number 2. This is a fun one. This one actually came in to my DMs last night on Twitter. With the season winding down and so many good storylines in the league this year, what do you guys think is the best story from the NHL? I mean, McDavid hitting 100 assists is really good. Matthews, if he hits 70s, a really good story.
Well, I think you look at assists, Kucherov will get 100 as well. McKinnon's kind of right there on the doorstep. You talk about goal scorers, and yes, Matthews at 69, Reinhart 55, Hyman 54, McKinnon 51, Panarin 49, Forsberg 48. I mean, that too is a hell of a season offensively in terms of goals scored. I'd have to say it's the whole Coyotes thing.
That it's finally getting resolved and they're out of here?
Like, it's something now, and we can go back
That might
and
be
forth
the biggest story of the year.
Oh, the question was the best?
The best story.
I still think it's the best.
I think it's the fact that...
Because it gets us off of that topic for the time being.
If we end up getting 2 guys with 1,000 assists and a guy with 70 goals in the same season, I think that's got to be the best story. Like 3 guys, and right now only one has done it. The other 2 have a very good chance of doing it. But if we get 3 guys who've done things that a very select few guys have done in the history of the game, I think those elite offensive seasons might end up being the best story. But there's a lot of real good options this year, which is good for the National Hockey League. I wonder if it'll make Americans watch the playoffs. Fingers crossed.
Well, when there's nothing else happening.
This one is in. It says, guys, the 16-game heater for the Oilers is the best story. After the way that the season had started.
For the Oilers,
and the
sure as
turnaround
hell is, yeah.
I think it's one of the best stories around the league.
Yeah.
Oilers starting awful, firing their coach, Knobloch comes in.
Maybe not for their opponents.
16-game heater. Yeah, the rest of the league might disagree, but here in Edmonton, I think it's pretty good. All right. Number 3. This comes back to that MJ conversation, I think. That's when it came in, at least. Guys, is Connor McDavid already a top 5 player of all time?
Yes. I'm not... Anything,
for what you see on the ice, yes.
Anything with his name in the question, and can he, will he, or whatever, it's yes. Yes, all day long. 100 assists, 200 assists.
Did I say 1,000
Survey
assists?
Brett says 1,000 in a season.
I might have said,
but why not?
I said 1,000 assists.
Sure.
I was going to make a funny joke
Connor.
last night and say Connor McDavid now has 100 assists, ... not just in this game. Right, because he could have done it last night because the Sharks were very bad.
Not even the sky's the limit.
He is. I think he's the most talented player in the history of the game. But if we're looking in the overall like GOAT conversation, the Mount Rushmore conversation, that type of thing, a Stanley Cup must be delivered. Like a Stanley Cup has to be delivered somewhere. Right, to get in the conversation with Gretzky and Orr and Mario.
For career legacies.
Career legacy-wise, the Stanley Cup has to be on that resume.
But in terms of pure talent today, with no cup?
Well, in pure talent, ever. Yeah. He's number 1.
Yeah.
Gretzky's the greatest of all time to do it. But Connor McDavid is the most talented hockey player I think we've ever seen. But if he doesn't win a Stanley Cup, I'm not putting him in the GOAT conversation with those other guys. I mean, he has to deliver it. And I can't remember who I was talking to the other day, but they basically said, like, guys on this level win championships, which is why I think he's going to win 1 or 2 somewhere along the way. But guys on this level win titles. They always have. And I think he will. But for legacy-wise, he has to. Has to. And he's going to. It's going to happen. 780-218-9999. All right, let's bring in Joaquin Gage, then we'll get a sports update. Then we got the Zacticum Practicum live recap and review coming up a little bit later on. Gager, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm good, boys. How's your life?
Well, thanks for asking, Gager. Life's pretty good.
I'm okay.
Life's pretty good, Gager.
Right.
You watching Follow?
Pounded the first 3 episodes.
Okay, I'm 2 in. I'm 2 in. Yeah, it's I don't know a thing about the video game, but I'm loving the show, buddy.
I played the original way back when on the old IBM ThinkPad, where it was like 2D, move 2 spaces, and it was great. I loved it. So my 18-year-old son has dove more into the gaming lore, and he says that Fallout Las Vegas is the best game, but the graphics aren't quite there. He didn't like the last release. I believe it's 76, but this is following a little bit more of Fallout 4 from what he says. And again, he's like blown away how close, almost to the point where it's kind of like Last of Us, where Last of Us is a little bit different, but it's following the same type of storyline. And what can you say about Goggins? I mean,
dude,
the guy is a beast, and it is phenomenal. It's sad to know that there's only a few episodes left to watch of this because it's already a hit.
Goggins is one of the best actors of our generation. I don't care. I mean, he just is. And I'm like, episode 2 was awesome. I loved it. Like, it's just, it's a really good show, man. I'm glad that we've kind of been sucked in here by this. And my wife and I are watching it together. Mind you, after the second episode, she was like, you might be able to watch this by yourself. I said, oh, okay. But then she said, you know what? I'll watch the next one with you because she's a Goggins stan. Like, she's like, I'm gonna continue to ride this one out. So yeah, no, it's a fun show.
a little thing. Ghouls and the Brotherhood of Steel, they hate each other too, right?
So that's why that initial reaction was like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's exciting too. All right, Gager. Last night, I mean, what do you, as an analyst, like, what do you take away from a game against a Sharks team that dressed that roster? You know.
Well, first of all, we just need to get Tommy in the steamer with every team that comes into Edmonton here.
Yeah. I know.
Tommy's steamer is the kryptonite to all visiting teams that come to Edmonton. I don't know what he talked about in there, but it obviously worked. Or how long were they in there for? Like 8 hours?
Sounds like right up until game time.
No, look, this is Tommy alluded to it. The way that they were talking, these guys are dusting off the TaylorMades. Can't wait till this horrendous season to end. But you know, the Oilers played a game where they didn't give them a reason to think that they had a shot. And the Oilers are a really good team. If you don't have your best against them, and if they play at their, I don't even want to say that's their best level either. They just played a solid, disciplined hockey game and just exposed essentially what was a AHL team. I don't really take much by the score or how they handled, but I like the way that they actually competed. They didn't let their foot off the gas for 60 minutes. I think you could say throughout the whole game.
Joaquin Gage with us, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports. Car flag time. Get those car flags. There are a couple different options over at proamsports.ca. Gage, Connor McDavid hits 100 assists. I mean, when he came into the league, you watch him play for the first time. I don't think even then, where you watch him, you're like, this guy's unbelievable. But he's not going to get 100 assists. Who gets 100 assists? Yet here we are, Gage. Like, when did this actually become a reality, do you think? When did you first start to be like, I think he might take a run at this?
Well, it was kind of par for the course for so long. And then I think when he really started to close the gap from his to the other guys, when he was getting closer in the Art Ross standings, then you're kind of looking, geez, he's getting close. Look at his assist numbers. So that's the point where I really thought that, well, he could actually take a run at this thing. Amazing accomplishment. The fact that we're mentioning the names that are like in the pillars of the Hall of Fame, and he's joined that cast. He's a phenomenal player, and it's funny how I think we've talked over the last few months just how if there's anyone that would come in and treat the NHL like a video game and just go, you know what, I'm just going to go get the 100 assists this year. Oh, I'm going to go get the 60 goals. It's Connor McDavid. He operates at just a different level than everyone else, and it was nice to see him try to get it off the hop, and then obviously go off a foot and go in. And now we're kind of worried, gosh, is he even going to get one more assist? And of course he does it later. If I was Romanov,
well, tough night for Romanov and old Cooley in net last night, eh?
Well, but if I was Romanov on that 2-on-1, I would have just gone set up on Hyman, like, because I probably would have. I don't think Connor would even have shot at that point. Yeah, just give him the net. Just go line up on other guys at that point because he's not shooting it.
What I missed? Sorry, Gage. I had to take a leak. I've been drinking so much water today. I was like, I gotta take a piss.
No, I just said if I was Romanoff, I would have went and sat up on Hyman on that 2-on-1 because I don't think McDavid would have shot it in an empty net.
When you look at it, we were saying this morning, there's still people. What's the level of? Oh, I don't want to play the Knights. Scared of the Knights. I don't worry about the Knights. Like, where are you at right now? Because if the Knights win out, round 1, Oilers, Golden Knights. I kind of went off today because I still see people being like, really don't want to play the Golden Knights. Really don't want to play the Golden Knights when the Oilers have been the best team in the league since Knobloch took over.
Yeah, and it's fun to listen to the pregame show when Tommy has a visiting reporter from another team, and the way they talk about the Oilers is so glowingly, and how dangerous they are. Like, if you want to feel better about yourself as an Oilers fan, go listen to the pregame show with Tardy Tommy, and you'll hear the fear of other hockey markets having to go up against the Edmonton Oilers. It'll make you feel better about this. But Dusty, I mean, every team. I mean, if we look at the two teams they'll probably play, they both bring an element that's going to make it difficult for the Edmonton Oilers. The LA Kings with their, the 1-3-1 trying to clog everything up. The Oilers have exposed it, and I think their style of play, it's going to be very difficult for the Kings to win that series. I'm not saying they can't, because we've seen how good that they perform, and I've talked. Adrian Kempe is just an Oiler killer. He always seems to score, and is a very dangerous player. I think their Achilles heel is their goaltending. Then if you look at the Knights, man, it's just a solid group of players that seem to all play the same way, and just having to get through them layers upon layers. And then finally, Aiden Hill was fantastic last year, hasn't shown the same type of prowess that he did. At the beginning of the year, he did look quite good, but last night out here, he looked more like Cooley at certain points. But, they get back Pietrangelo, Hannafin. There's some pillars on D there. So it's really pick your poison. It doesn't, as a player, you don't want to worry about the other team too much. You're more, you hear the old adage, we worry about our game ourselves, and if we play our best, we should be fine. And I think that's really the case with the Oilers. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be a cakewalk by any means, but whoever you play, you're looking at 6-7 games for sure.
We asked MJ earlier today, because we always talk about, who Edmonton wants or who they should try to avoid. The Kings and Golden Knights are both in a spot here where they play Edmonton or Dallas in the first round. Do you think either of those? I know Dallas is first. I get it. Mike ended up eventually leaning towards they both rather probably play Dallas than the Oilers.
Though, yeah.
Where do you come out on that one, Gager?
I think the Kings would rather play the Oilers, to tell you the truth.
They know them and try to take another run at them.
Yeah, selfishly, I'd love to see the Stars and the Vegas Golden Knights, just because I think they're similar in how they play. So big, tough, strong, kind of balanced lineup throughout. That's going to be just a slugfest. I would have to say the Oilers or the Kings would rather play the Oilers first round than the Stars in this case.
Gager, before we let you go, it is race week.
Sprinting.
What are you looking forward to the most this weekend on Formula One track?
Just the first sprint race of the season here. Lots of things have kind of, with the signing of Alonso, Sainz still kind of trying to find out where he's going. Talk at Mercedes about, are they going to go with a young guy? Is Sebastian Vettel actually going to come back next year and join F1 again? But at this track, from what we've seen so far, really suits the Red Bull car. There's going to be, it's kind of interesting to see Haas, their team principal. Oh, shoot, I lost his name. Komatsu is his name. He had some interesting things to say, how he's bringing the team back a little bit more cohesiveness with the team, because they're laid out all over the planet, essentially, with headquarters in the US. They have a factory in the UK. Their design was in Italy with Ferrari. So he's trying to get everyone involved, and they kind of see some progression through Haas, and they're always good in practice, and especially those sprint races. I think maybe you'll see they're bringing upgrades, so it might be a little bit interesting there. But I think unfortunately it's the Red Bull show again this weekend.
Gage, as always, buddy, appreciate it, man. Thanks for stepping in for me a few times after when I'm gone here. What else you got?
Yeah, I just had to shout out to I ran into Robbie Williams at the hockey game. So and
what a
he
beauty.
was he mentioned about the hangout, and we'll see if we can get old Robbie Williams.
Yeah, that'd be good. Robbie would be great. Put him on the list.
So
sweet.
He's awesome. He looks great. Jeez, he's just he's a super dude. Love that guy. But you guys enjoy the day.
All right, see you later, man.
Talk later.
Talk to you in two guys. Gage will be back, two guys and goalie today with myself and Cass at noon right here on Edmonton Sports Talk. And Robbie Williams would be a good guy to get in there. Handsome man, that Robbie Williams. All right, let's do this. We are going to get to a sports update for Big Mama's and Papa's Pizzeria. Which we took a good run of that 36-incher they brought in yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
It was a good time. On the other side, coming up here, the Exacticum Practicum live review. We've got that still to come.
Get the stool.
As well. If you want Zach to get a job here, 1,000 likes. Let's get to 1,000 likes. Hammer that thumbs up here. Exacticum Practicum review on the way on the other side here. Right now, let's get to a sports update with Lieutenant Eric.
The Buffalo Sabres dismissing head coach Don Granato this morning, along with assistant Jason Christie and video coordinator Matt Smith. The Sabres will be missing the postseason for the 13th straight year. The Oilers last night, 9-2 over the visiting Sharks. Connor McDavid hitting 100 assists. Oilers round out the regular season schedule with a pair of roadies beginning tomorrow in Arizona and wrapping up Thursday down in Colorado. Chris Bassett tossed 6 strong innings last night. The Jays improved to 9-8 with a 3-1 victory over the Yankees, opening a 3-game home set. That series continues later this evening. Toronto sending Yusei Kikuchi to the mound. First pitch, 5:07. NBA play-ins begin tonight with a pair of games. Pelicans at home to the Lakers, while the Warriors visit the Kings. AJHL Finals pick up tonight down in Calgary for Game 3, with the Canucks hosting the Whitecourt Wolverines. Calgary sporting a 2-0 series lead. Sports update brought to you by Big Mama and Papa Pizzeria. BMPP is a real pizzeria restaurant, not just a delivery pizza chain, serving authentic Italian cuisine with their made-in-house pizza dough, traditional tomato sauce, and fresh toppings. Each pizza is cooked to perfection, a pizza experience you've been waiting for. Visit them at 12848 97th Street. Order today, www.bmpp.ca, or call 587-746-0550.
I got a big shot off this stick of mine. I keep those lanes wide open all the time. Drysidle setting up shop, McDavid's flying. I'll hit the twine when I walk the line. As sure as new G is slick and Kane is tough. We're going all the way this year, enough is enough. And we can play 'em straight or we can play 'em rough. I'm feeling fine when I walk the line. You know I shoot that puck so very, very hard. The name on the back of my jersey says Bouchard. And we're gunning for first place, not a wild card. I'll hit the twine when I walk the line. Well, we're counting on our skill and not get real when they drop that puck. And we won't be done until we hoist the cup. I'll hit the twine when I walk the line. I got a big shot off this stick of mine. I keep those lanes wide open all the time. Drysaddle setting up shop, McDavid's flying. I'll hit the twine.
Oh, there we go. That is the Bouchard goal song today.
The best thing is I got the headphones in, you got the headphones in. We've had Zach sitting here in stone silence staring at the camera for the past 3 minutes.
Zach, what are you doing over here?
What a way to start this.
I don't know. Who's over there offing the show? This is so scary. So scary. So you've been with us on your practicum from Nate. For how long now? What is this?
This will be 15 weeks.
15 weeks. So this is the final week.
Yeah.
The final week of the practicum. How's the practicum? How do you think it's gone so far?
It's been fantastic. I've learned a lot from you guys. YouTube Trev has helped me along the way, seeing you do everything every day. LT.
Hey.
All the time.
We talk sometime. Hey. Yeah.
Everybody's been great help. I've learned a lot, so it's been great.
All right, so we're going to do your Zacticum Practicum recap here. I've got 10 different categories.
Okay.
And we're going to, we'll go through these here.
You're scoring, You got
I got a scoring system 0 to 5,
okay.
or not applicable, so we'll see how it goes. Eric, like your input on these as well. Let's start with this. The ability to learn and execute the task at hand. Rick, any thoughts on this?
From a technical standpoint,
Yeah.
it's 5 out of 5 for me.
Zach, how do you think this has come along for you?
I think I've done everything I've needed to technical wise. Yeah, 5 out of 5. I'd say 4.
No, I would agree.
Say 4. Low shot myself.
Let's go. No, that's a 5. That's a 5 out of 5 right there. All right, let's go to this one. Your ability to not wear a Vegas Golden Knights hat when the Oilers are playing the Vegas Golden Knights. What would you give yourself on that one? 0 to 5.
Well, they played them in a second game, and I wore no hat, so I'll 2.5 out of 5.
You're gonna split that one in half. Okay.
2.5.
Listen, I'm gonna still give you a 2. We're not doing 0.5s here. I will. The bounce back. The bounce back I thought was important, so we'll go 2. We'll go 2 on that one. This is important for what you and YouTube Trev do around here.
Yep.
Ability to work with graphics and thumbnails.
Oh.
Say
4
Say
5.
5. Say 5. Yeah, I thought
Say
5.
5?
You've done good. Thumbnail work has been good.
He's still shooting that under.
Thumbnail work has been good.
I'm listening.
You don't want to be too. You don't want to be
Always
too
YouTube
confident.
proof.
You don't want to be too confident. This one's gonna hurt you. I think in the overall rating system, this one's gonna hurt you. But ability to correctly pick UFC 300 winners on the lock shop.
Woo. In general, 0. 0 for 2.
Know who you are, Zacticum. 0 for 2. That was
shout out Gage.
That was a tough one.
No,
that was tough.
Yeah.
This is good. I think we know where you come out on this one. But your ability to consume leftover food at the office.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 5. That's a 5. That's a 5 right there. 100%. Okay, now is Maddie kicking around? Is Maddie kicking around here?
He's right there, yeah.
Maddie might have to chime in on this one because I know you've been doing like some podcasts and stuff, like some test stuff.
Yeah.
For Maddie behind the scenes because I got on here ability to host on the air. Maddie Iwanek, what would you say? You've been listening to his stuff. What would you say? A 4. Maddie's gonna put in a 4.
Hey,
What do you feel? Where do you come out on the 4?
Improve, yeah.
Yeah.
4. Real good. Room to improve.
Room to improve. Yeah. That's always important as well. Okay, that's a good one. Okay, here this is a big one. That's a big one here. Ability to arrive on time.
Well, see, does that count with the early days I've showed up too? 4.
Wait, okay. So you've shown up early. So whoa, wait a sec.
I
know there's room to improve, but I think a little more than.
I think we
maybe
got
a 3.
We got to meet in the middle on a 3. I mean,
that one day.
Yeah, let's go. It's kind of big, so we'll go 3. We'll go 3 on this one.
Kind of.
All right. So ability to vacuum around the office.
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. Be confident.
That's
on
all
that
I do.
one.
Yeah.
No room to improve there.
No.
You've done really
I
well.
can't vacuum
That
any
afternoon,
better.
he put a cream pie on his face and said, "Hello."
I can't vacuum any better. Yeah. All right, this is a good one as well. Ability to talk a bit more than everyone else, but still most of the time it's just to yourself. What do you think?
I like talking to myself. I don't know.
You do. You're good at this. No, you're good at this. You're good at this.
4 to 5.
Hey, Rick, what do you think? Rick, you're out there with him quite a bit.
50 out of 5.
50 out of 5.
I can talk.
Oh,
you're a
room to improve,
talker.
though. I'd say room to improve as
Yeah,
well.
4 to 5.
Yeah. 4 to 5. Let's go 4 to 5.
I can always talk to myself more. Yeah.
All right, and then ability to tell hilarious Stuart Skinner jokes that my kids would love. Where are you going on that one?
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5.
You love that joke.
Yeah.
That was an amazing joke.
This guy, if you missed it, the other day he goes in and goes, "Hey, Dusty, I bet you don't know who led the Oilers to ice time last night." I was like, "Well, I don't know."
He gave you 3 guesses.
He gave me 3 guesses, so I said Cody Ceci because that would have been like a rare, weird thing to happen. It wasn't Cody Ceci. And then I said Dylan Holloway because, Holloway, the buzz around the Holloway game. He goes, "No." And then I said, "Well, Zacticum, just tell me who it is." And what was the answer, Zacticum?
Stuart Skinner.
Stuart Skinner. Nailed
60
it.
minutes.
Nailed it. So that's a 5 out of 5. That's a 5 out of 5. So let's just quickly recap here. Ability to learn and execute the task at hand, a 5. Maddie, do we send this report into Nate? Is that how it works? Maddie has to send a report. Are you
Just
sending
send
this
that one. Just send
you
that
want
one.
to send
Yeah.
this one?
Just send that one.
Make sure you put in there, Maddie, room for improvement. That was one of the things that he
yeah,
said. All right, ability to learn and execute the task at hand, a 5. Ability to not wear a Vegas hat when the Oilers are playing Vegas, 2. Ability to work with graphics and thumbnails, 5. Ability to correctly pick UFC 300 winners, 0. Ability to that's
That's
really
going to
good.
knock me down.
That one hurts. That
Bring
brings
down
down
the
the overall
average,
average here. Ability to consume leftover food at the office, 5 out of 5. Ability to host on the air, 4 out of 5. Room to improve. Ability to arrive on time, 3. I'd say work in progress. That's good. Ability to vacuum around the office, a 5. Ability to talk a bit more than everyone else, but most of the time it's still just to yourself, 4. And then ability to tell hilarious Stuart Skinner jokes that my kids would love is a 5. So overall here, on a scale of 1 to 5, Zacticum, where would you put yourself on the Practicum scale?
With all the 5s there, probably 4.5, but that 2 brings it down.
Yeah, and the
So it's
0
gotta be
too. And the 0 too.
And so it's 4.
You're gonna say a 4?
Yeah.
All right.
Room to
excellent.
improve.
Okay.
Room to
Well,
improve.
man,
Always
it's
room to
been
improve.
great having you around. And do you want to stick around?
I would love to stick around.
Do you want a job here?
Yes.
All right. Well,
Yes.
congratulations. Welcome to Edmonton Sports Talk. We got a new guy. Zacticum. Look at this guy. He's going to work here with us full time.
Oh.
Congratulations, buddy.
That was the hardest test I've ever
I
taken
know,
in
but
my
you
life.
passed, man. You
In
passed.
radio and TV, that was the hardest test.
Congratulations, dude.
Oh.
Tell Nate you've got a job.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Congratulations,
My
man.
dream come true.
All right.
I've loved you guys for so long. I listened to you guys throughout high school. I'd miss 5 minutes of work. I'd be late to work just to listen to Tales of the North every single time. And we're here.
Congratulations, buddy.
we made
Welcome
it.
to the family, man.
Oh.
Yeah. Good work.
I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless.
Yeah, well, you can leave now. But,
Okay.
For the first time ever, Zach's speechless. That's amazing. Congratulations to Zach. He is now a full-time employee here at Edmonton Sports Talk. Did a great job during his practicum. And welcome to the team, buddy. All right, there you go. Now, with that being said, if we ever have to make cuts, you're the first to go. But still, you made it. You got the full-time job. So that's great. Hey, hammer the thumbs up for Zacticum.
Yeah,
what a
for
day.
Zach.
And a cool day for us to be able to hire somebody like full-time live on the air while we're doing a
The
show.
hot seat. I love it.
Which
Yeah,
was
yeah.
awesome. Once again, we wouldn't be able to hire him. We wouldn't be able to do anything that we're doing here without your support, like watching, listening. The numbers have been really good. We've got just a great group of partners that we've been working with. I think they're seeing, what we're seeing. So it's great. And congratulations to Zacticum for landing a
Library
job here.
Pat now he needs a new handle because Practicum over. What's the new moniker?
Well, I mean, you've been Lieutenant Eric for 12 bloody years.
But it
I
had
feel like
nothing
he's
to do
always
with
going to
the,
be Zacticum.
Well, but,
I mean,
the Practicum part.
But now I'm not on Practicum.
yeah, but
Right.
I mean, I just don't want to call you Zach. So we'll work out. You're
No, but we could-
you're
I think-
Zacticum until something else randomly pops up. Right?
Maybe by the time you return to the show.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, who knows? We'll see how it goes. So you can
Zacticum 1 to 5, Monday to Friday.
Maddie gave Zacticum an afternoon show
Things
while I was
change quick.
gone on vacation. VR Powers in and says, "Is this HR Daddy approved?" You know what? It actually is.
Everything's HR Daddy.
I did run the numbers by HR Daddy. I was like, "Can we keep Zacticum around on a full-time basis. And HR Daddy's very chintzy. And he goes, even he's like, I think you could probably do it. I was like, all right, perfect. So Zacticum, congratulations, buddy. Good practicum. We love having you around, and you're going to help us continue to build Edmonton Sports Talk, which is this is good. HR Dad. Wednesdays is tomorrow, but this text is in from Chris Sadoway today. It says, HR Daddy seeing Zacticum on the payroll. Who the hell are you all of a sudden? Which is pretty good as well.
Zacticum, full-timicum.
Full-timicum is
from
not.
the Rams
That
fan.
is, oh, what about this one? Brock says, contracticum. Something will happen with Zacticum. We'll see. We'll see how it plays. See, this one says, Waddy in the Cloverdale says, he can be Zacticum. Rick the Temp was a temp for 20 years.
That's true.
He was always Rick the Temp.
Absolutely.
What's that? Robbie the Intern. Yeah.
Robbie the Intern.
Well, those guys, we used to work with those guys. He was Robbie the Intern then. He's still Robbie the Intern. He's been an intern for like 18 years. So, I mean, he could always be Zacticum, I guess, if you want. So, yeah, big day over there as well. This is good. Dusty to Zacticum today.
You're going to live with me now. Yeah, I'm going to take care of you. Because I love you.
I love you, John.
Oh, I love you,
Ah, that's good. First of all, you're not going to live with me, Zach. And I'm not sure I love you just yet. But
paraphrasing.
But, it works. It works with the...
You don't even know what a rototiller is. How could I?
Yeah. Ooh, boy. Ooh, careful. Careful there. Hey, the contract hasn't been signed yet, Zacticum. My goodness. This one says, guys, I guess you need a replacement for YouTube Trev. Well, because Rashog's trying to steal YouTube Trev.
Oh, yeah, that's
But
right.
we said we'd only trade him if we got
long play.
Strutty and the light that Rashog uses to change colors behind him on videos. That's it.
And a couple of those caps.
I don't think he would do it. Pro-Am Barry's in and says, Crosby Sid the Kid, he's almost 40. Zacticum sticks. Yeah, I mean that's
whatever.
That's a good one. Tube Socks is in and says he needs to remain Zacticum, so he remains humble and in touch with his roots. That's also a good point as well. Anyway, your thoughts on this, and welcome to the latest team member here at Edmonton Sports Talk, which now puts us at 6 full-time guys, and then obviously the crew, the Gagers, the Casses, the Husses, and everybody else that we have over here at EST. This text is in and says, guys, when are we going to get EST after 1 p.m.? Man, give us time. Give us time.
Just
We're
be a little
working.
patient there, yeah.
We're grinding here. Yeah. We're working on a golf tournament. We're working on a nasty bash. We're working on the Esties. So give us time, but hopefully one day we can also do that.
It'll Zacticum. Right?
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
All
All right, let's get into the wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, get it done at William Huff. And if you want to show your Oilers spirit, your playoff spirit, hop online at williamhuff.com right now. Bruce was in yesterday, and we'll continue to show it to you. We've got they got two different sizes of banners. They got window decals. Somebody yesterday was saying I say it wrong. Decal. I think you could say it both ways.
Lisa Decal.
Right? I always say decal. I know
decal.
You get that. Is that an inside joke?
Lisa Decal.
Oh, Decal, Lisa.
Decal,
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's different.
A little inside.
But we used to work with her.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, you can swing by. They got them all. You can go get the package. Packages start at $100. You're getting a banner. You're getting window decals. You're getting a fat stack of these smaller stickers that you'll be able to put everywhere for the playoffs as well. So more information on all of those. If you just want to get a big banner, you can just get a big banner. If you just want to get a medium-sized banner, you can get that. If you just want to get these, whatever. Show your spirit. Decorate up your place of employment. Put it on the windows. Let's get behind the team here as they begin what we believe to be a deep Stanley Cup run. So find all the information on this at williamhuff.com. And not only would you be supporting one of our partners at William Huff, but you'd be supporting the team, and you get a lot of cool stuff. We were all smelling those banners around here yesterday.
Oh, delicious.
And my God, you know what banner's legit? When it smells like that.
Bottle it, hey?
Yeah.
Playoff cologne?
What'd you...
the banner.
Oh, that would be good.
Down in the moss pit.
What are you wearing here? Oh, I'm wearing Banner.
Banner by Huff.
Actually, Bruce, you should do that. I don't know if
You
William
corner
Huss...
the market. Nobody else would be putting out scents like that.
You already got the smell. Hey, you just need to bottle it.
TM it, trademark it, and away you go.
That's a good idea. All right, what did we learn on the show today?
Logan Mailloux has been cleared to play for the Montreal Canadiens from the NHL, and I'll read you a little quote here. We have met with Logan Mailloux multiple times over the course of the last 8 to 10 months. We are comfortable that he recognizes the gravity of his prior conduct and is committed to making better and more responsible decisions in the future. He has been cleared to participate in National Hockey League play. Also, the Sabres doing a little bit of house cleaning as Don Granado, assistant Jason Christie, and video coordinator Matt Smith. All released today. The Sabres missing the postseason for the 13th straight year.
We also learned that Practicum is now in employment with Edmonton Sports Talk as well. So that's another one today.
Ink hasn't dried yet, though.
No, ink hasn't dried yet. I still have to print off the paperwork, but it's there, and we will get that done. This is not your text of the day, but it is a text to the Paris Jewelers inbox. I was today years old when I found out that Zach was on a Practicum, and that's where Zacticum came from. I've spent the last however long just thinking his parents gave him the most ridiculous name ever. Sorry, Zach, and congratulations.
Man,
that's in from Friedel today.
We've all been there.
as well.
But,
yeah, I mean, who hasn't?
Thinking his actual birth name was Zacticum is some stretch, eh?
Who hasn't been there, right? What's your baby's
Quite
name?
unique.
Zacticum? What?
What's it short for?
They'd still play it nice. They'd still be like, oh, nice name. Wish I would have thought of that.
You're right, yeah.
Come on, please. All right, sound of the day today. Let's go. Holloway goal song.
We found out not long ago. Whoa. This kid is ready to be in the show. Whoa. Holloway go. Holloway go. He can dangle hands so sick. Whoa. Back of the net right off his stick. Whoa. Holloway go. Holloway go. Holloway go. Holloway go.
Here's a beautiful center pass, one-timer score. And there's Holloway, set up by McDavid.
We found out not long ago.
Whoa. Holloway goal song, your sound of the day today, right here on the Nielson Show. Hey, we're hovering around 550 likes right now. Let's take this for 600 today.
Zacticum.
We gave somebody a job today.
For Zacticum.
Zacticum is employed now. Now he's full-time employed. It come.
Strummy asks, when's the blue wrench ceremony?
The blue wrench ceremony.
Kind of got him make it official, you know?
All right, hammer that thumbs up before you go today. Let's get to your text of the day for A&W. Ooh, I'm going to be gone. This is my last well, I got 2 guys in Lock Shop today. Then I'm gone, taking the kids down to SeaWorld and Legoland. I'll be back. I'm going to miss game 1. Game 2, if it is Wednesday, I won't be back Wednesday morning, but we'll be back Thursday morning. I'm hoping to make it to the game Wednesday night if all of our travel coming home goes smooth. So you're going to be in the saddle here with Glue Guy,
a cavalcade
and
of
Gager,
stars. Yeah.
Glue Guy and Gager
Little Zach,
sliding in.
a little Trev,
going to be
guests.
Going to be a lot of fun. Going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, I'm just looking. There's a new liner for A&W that starts next week, and it looks delicious. That's going to be real good. So you guys can hit that bad boy next week. Try A&W Buddy Burger today. They got that value deal menu. It's always there. The value deals are always there at A&W. Budget-friendly options. Buddy Burger right now for just $2.79. So if you find like a toonie and a loony just sitting around in the middle of your truck, go get a Buddy Burger for just $2.79, which is real nice. Real nice. Text of the day today. Pretty sure I had a couple set aside from earlier in the show today. Yes, I did.
Any of those Cooley texts make it through the
one of the
gauntlet?
One of the Cooley ones is there.
yeah.
Let's. They're both Tombstone related. So let's just lay that out here, Rick. I'll give you the choice on this one today.
Boy. Why don't you give it to Zach? You just gave him the.
All right,
I think
good point.
Zach,
can you get a job, and now you get to pick text of the day.
Let's go.
All right, so I will give you the 2 texts. You decide which one you like better. Here we go. This first one is from Tommy Rubella and says, Devin Cooley when asked if he was going to make a save.
No.
Hashtag Tombstone Tuesday. That's from Tommy Rubella. Or from Deaky Sparks. My liver, when you just said 6 o'clocker lager will be on sale for the playoffs.
No.
They're both good. Zacticum, what's your call?
That's a hard pick, but I got to agree with Sparks on the second one.
Deaky Sparks?
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be me.
That's
going to be me.
Yeah, that's
me. That's
not if you have to work in the morning, Zach.
Yeah.
The big dogs.
My liver, when you just said the 6 o'clocker lager's on sale for the playoffs.
No.
Congratulations, Deaky Sparks. You got it, Deaky Sparks?
Deaky Sparks.
He has won the text of the day for A&W. Deaky Sparks, you swing on by, pick up that GC. All right, what are you watching tonight, buddy?
Well,
Lakers and Pels.
Well, Canucks Flames would be an interesting one as well in terms of the division battle, but I think we all kind of know how that might go. Florida and Toronto, a playoff preview. And out east, it's Philly and Washington. Keeping an eye on that. Detroit and Montreal, things to be decided in the East wildcard race. And Vegas at home to Chicago tonight as well.
Lots of good games tonight, both on the ice and on the hard court.
Yankees.
Jays ramping up for that series against the Padres this weekend, which I am looking forward to checking out on Saturday. I'll be at that Saturday game. Should be a lot of fun. All right, the hangout is coming up with Matty Iwanek and Tommy Gazola. Another chance to get in on the EST Flyaway to Vegas with FlyYEG. So be ready for that. We'll give you a chance on the lock shop today as well. And, of course, on Two Guys and Goalie a little bit later on. And today on Two Guys and Goalie, the debut of the Big Mamas and Papas bigger, hotter headlines, which we'll get to on Two Guys and a Goalie today, which should be a lot. There's probably still some pizza kicking around by the time we get to Two Guys today.
Lots of olives.
All right.
Have a great trip.
Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, it's kind of like the 1 week I get away with my family and kind of shut everything down. So
we'll watch for you in the stands.
I'll be trying to get on that. I'll have signs and everything.
Cam.
Definitely going to try to do that. All right, for Zacticum, who got hired today, and Lieutenant Eric, I am Dustin Nielson. Thanks for the support. Hammer the thumbs up before you go. If you're listening on TuneIn, iHeart, or EdmontonSportsTalk.com, little dose of Whale and the Wolf, and then the Hangout coming up right away after that, followed by the Lock Shop and Two Guys and a Goalie. I'll talk to you in about a week. Have a great day and take it easy.